relegation hu omo so qualify for Europe no so gusu a fight here emu nsem ni na no ye de ebeba e de fra ma no ne eno nti no ebe wie season no na mafo ahase I nkrofo players enti Mateus Cunha Wolf striker no mayufo I no pa de mu odene a ese nkomo na kwa akire aye de pa striker no Mateus Cunha wonim go show good mayufo amafo I players Chelsea there Chelsea there players of the bay ebi wo lo mpa fi na ebi mu say bay transfer ne bay day e wo week summer yi mu ni na mu update e be ba transfers ni mu no yes Villa for per Kevin De Bruyne Villa for so chira mo ho de Villa per De Bruyne ni na ya nkoma hodo a e be ba na Pep Guardiola na yere na nkomo ye jaware no obaya kwachida Spain ehe na busuafo adwuma o mra ne kunu ti England ye adwuma ama divorce nsem ti ese no na Pep Guardiola afi Kra City wanya adwen bia antumi afa anya adwuma na ama wo mo no okodi 3 days kwa na okodi 3 days pe e wo Spain ha nase obaya beba ya ama ade na san baba be so tawaldaye no they want to give themselves another chance. Pep Guardiola 3 days ni munsem de kwa na this Osman ba and all the brave papa because 3 days munsem na ma wade no esen be so de ensem pa wo hono mu a ni nyina mu details no ye dey ba on the show nti ma mo prepare sem be ja wade no e kabom ne be dia mo hia mo kamom kwa na why mo kabom pa ne be dia mo hia mo kamom so be situation na bibi anya kama nti ni nyina munsem amonone a ye dey last 2 weeks of course ye dey come off on the first segment of the show ni hono yes some great goalkeepers wo me PNA Samuel Jan and Ghana half one pay for be to just say teams are all the national teams ni mo ye high coaches for goalkeepers your goalkeepers to Ghana will be ha. What about the strikers so much me go no is about time I was Samuel Jan Baba the striker my coach the Black Stars no san come no hono but the nay about strikers one no some years back Osha Africa continent isua na there were some names bia Black Stars mpoko shia wo mo a wa wonya chidini a na wo ho hyehyɛ because nim say striker na wo ba no onya striker ketwa say defenders near list mistake oba punish Ghana. What are some of the strikers omudi wo utrimu a na wo hwɛ wo mo a wo sampa Africa yinya yanka wiase na Africa ha ye per strikers omo nan hwe pomu bully players omo hu omo ba no defenders ne tosa even Black Stars share omo Black Stars defenders no eto sae strikers be no enei be mame be miensa e wo show yi so Asamoah and the enim so a good striker for no to nchen but other strikers be omo ba yen continent so wo hu wo mo a simple Black Stars face wo mo na ahopopo bia tie because they were great strikers omo ho de no nim goal ne hye e wo Africa ye continent so omo nim goals ne hye mamenya sa strikers ne din in the late 90s 80s and early 2000s and 2010 mudiba and even now some strikers be more Africa ye continent so a uti wo mudin wo hwe mo ball wa na wa akra no wo tosa na wo yem hyehyɛ nanu yeti Muhammad Abutrika saga no na misro no papa misro no kok nani na tete just about na nto nani mo be show sisi Abutrika Egypt for striker no nani hu ankasa kwa na sa wonim no nani hu Abutrika aba for discover so no nko ba bi obetan Egypt on ma bon bo nkwa ma no ne the guy was just a deadly striker. He was a deadly striker. Unu usia no a oboa. Na obi sa Black Star players nkwampo. Na usia Abutrika wa to besa cause ohadwin. What other strikers? And I hear one more time wa. Tumi sampa. E ba no say Kastle striker pa striker. Obetuma tete. What tete nkrofo papa. E wo hono ma nyina no. Obetumi do message na fa 0244 743-143 0244-743-143. For our message, efa hobra na making kind emfa emau ewo jumedi. We are talking about strikers. About Africa, the continent. So after that, we have a lot to talk about on the show. Ebedi nkomo Ghana Premier League weekend games ebasom. Division 1 League games ebasom. Ni nyina mu nsem ye de ba. Africa school football no koso Ghana high new hosti and the 15 and girls and boys no nsem no kosei. Any other interesting stories ya boabo no pay. Ye hwe ni mu se mebe kwa amane so na twetwe nkomo enso dwumede so nti kan kopem se no nkono ebebo na all the updates in the world of sports. Ye fama so me the Miss Ruby Adams. Ye stream live on Facebook and pay Kastle 90.3 FM Cape Coast. Join the show no hobby my like na share for comment bra. Making can we show you switch media amount.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marty!
Kastle FM. The sports king. The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marty!
Kastle FM. The sports king.
Kastle 90.3 FM Sini Robert Mensah Sports. Now there's someone is 26 minutes past 6. Yem fast da Emma Abuafo Anopeya. Wamu Asuya Sini. Game pack cool chop. Game pack cool chop. Agudi aba ene duduone die. Na omunya sika egu omubotom. Numbers we are sene dawson, but they catch on say numbers no from 1 to 36. Choose one number. Na drop no. Ewo air draw ni mu. Na o drop your number na say air draw na o number no epia bonten ba. Sika wo de to ye no. Ye bo ho saa ma 30 times. 30 times. 30 times. A game pack cool chop. Game pack cool chop. Na make am for ma wo. 1 to 36 no. Choose only one number. Fa draw ni mu. Draw ni ba na say wo de na abo a. Sika no ye bo ho ma saa 30 times. Umpewe na pedai. Pomodi ye daily draws ni 3 times. Wo de bomienu. Ubomienu e be ma 2 Ghana cedis free. Now de abobia ka ho. Game pack cool chop. A simple game with serious rewards. But star 946 hash. Star 946 hash. Star 946 hash. Nefa ho game pack cool chop dwumade no emu esisi na bebia enya kama ma high sense refrigerator promo no guso and I say ne ebe hyase eba so 28th April ya kopem the 8th of May. Bora high sense showroom bia me benwo kojo high sense refrigerator. Man for fridge sisi o mo shop pa na obo sisi o mfie enye enim guase enyo kwamena wa show pa odi bre no fridge sisi fie pa dia fridge ni misrel pa high sense fridge no o ma table no so kwade wodi sisi gin sisi na bibia anya kama fama refrigerator ne bo no eda form wodi ade hyemu a na aye nyunyunu kama e boy aduane ho ban so de ma wo no a high sense refrigerator therefore say entry enyam kanea no eni atwe ho e bo asiesie ni ye e fe pa e che e de ma e de na e promote bo no aba from de ma kokuma se won kran takrade takwa obo asekofodua sunya ne tachiman tamale e na afi ho ina no high sense ho wo mfimfim mantem ha kana hyene so se mo man kesim he ya Blue Hills restaurant e wante ku akọ na high sense refrigerator promo no fa ho kwhyimu bi hyene so se hyase 28th April to the 8th of May. High sense from 0302 55 0000 0302 55 0000. High sense, the everyday prices for everyday people. Betway, bet influencer. Sesha bet no na Friday, faka wachina de no, faka Sunday de no. Trabom, we are code no, fama manfo nko trebi, nenya 4% ewo mu sika omudi ko twa ne so. So bet ne bebo say mo de yan say wahyehe wo de amankofo akwa akotwa na omo so akwa pesika ni bo munya bi dia fine omunya bi ani so a wo no a wo tese ma wo mo no wonya usika ewo mu sika omudi ko twa ye ne so. Enti just start betting, share your codes with friends and families on Air Betway. Kai said this is exclusive to Betway. Terms and conditions apply. Air means because Air Betway food media no is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Mr. Upi say Air Betty the responsible way. Betway for say get way more. Ye kwa manone e de mun sem de ba. Kaisa odo message fa 0244 743 143 0244 743 143. We are talking about strikers. Aba ewo Africa ye continent isu a. Woti wo mudi a na hopopo aba especially se Ghana ekohia wo mo a. Tumi se ngofo na ho odene. Striker no goals wa wo hye no. Obegye ne din ye papa ewo Africa continent isu a ohwe ne ball no. Wonya free ni krom die but ball anu obo no na de ani gie biba as a striker no name that those strikers no me and sama me on 0244 743 143 0244 743 143 top strikers are washa wo mo ewo Africa ye continent yi so strikers mun nan hwe pomu shegos basa shegos my opponent and supporters the players na wo musu. Name those strikers of Shelmo Africa, your continent so on 0244 743 143 0244 743 143. For our messages, Nefa Hobra, Yebekin Kanina on the show for you. Yakwama none FKK at the Hon Semina Eddie Tudra Etumi Eddie Amaye.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King. The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM.
I got my power, I got experience, I got do everything too much. And the old man who want to challenge me, hey, I'm okay here. This is my national flag. I'm proud of it. And I'm proud of Africa. Oh, you know, man, I'm too bad, baby. Bad, baby.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
Kastle 90.3 FM Suni Robert Mensah Sports. And yeah, there's someone on. Yeah, come on, yeah, here on some. No, I mean, your messages on 0244 743 143 0244 743 143. Yes, stream me live on Facebook. Kastle 90.3 FM Cape Coast. Join the show no hobby. Shebi ma me like and share for comment bra. Ebe kenkan e will show you so to me dear ma. Mama FKK akwa aba na fe no pa na Friday on fa yonko amanone emra. FKK good morning.
Good morning.
Anopa bibia ye boko dear.
Pardon, very fine.
Da erade ase, the erade ase. Na Friday.
Thank God it's Friday.
A week ago na a good Friday. Tina kofo ko chapel ni ade. The ntumi nhia. Yeah, last week Friday ni ha. All right, all the same. Yanko anyway na fe some boba ewa eyama no nsem no fatu dwa fama ye.
Yes, you be call na the amano 7 media ma Kastle 90.3 Robert Mensah Sport live on Facebook. Ubetimi adwani show no as usual. Now also the comment about betimi acknowledge you na yetimi akọ yanim. Obeko App Store, Play Store, no download the Kastle 90.3 FM app no baby will be answering now wetimi etie and the free ho. And 7 doors you be romu na yetimi share the friend ra games be a bar so now I know yetimi abubum the amount so be to so nina no yetimi the amount now copium e Spain a hop any idea games are hold on a bar so like Hannes Bobo connect na fie amo any hero na the ebweni 1-1 and as I game no so etime coin there and my emo timi ekoche point no and so ewo honum na abranti asabre your friend Mune El Haddadi obeka former Barcelona one academy player no and a twat na de Maleganes and sana ne Christians 20 and so etikano and so edi amajiro na Boboko no the attention of Sasuna so tene fie shabako Sevilla for mo bre omo ntimi antisa ekano abranti your friend Ruben Garcia and shesa go no and so edi ema Boboko from Sasuna Atletico Madrid no ade omutimi esi form omo hye ntrano miensa Emma Rival Kano and Timmy and TV Alex Saloff Ebo Gonubi Conor Gallagher Eddie B Epis Julian Alvarez so Eshe Ted Gono and so Eddie Emma Atletico Madrid Bobo Kono and no games a bar so now Real Betis say we and games no Amo born tran enum Real Valladolid Amonso so etimo bako said omu game na se ko wie no na mranti omo to atano Rodriguez se Shebi Hernandez se Bobby Isco Eddie Episo Sanso na Peru and so Shebi Zuli and so etimi eshe go ni bia on the board the fifth goal and so Eddie Emma Real Betis Boboko no mo etimi elto entran enum chuki ene tie baako enso ede ema Real Valladolid na Bologna uroma Coppa Italia no semi-final second game na baso no mo ehemienu ema Empoli etimo baako okaboma 5-1 on aggregate ena Bologna for no ede akopie mo final enei omo any AC Milan enso na ekwakobo finals of this season Coppa Italia no sa na honsem no so AC etie ene games ni be baso Germany ho ena VfB Stuttgart etnefie no mani hendehem enso etimi ede aboani 6:30 p.m. sa game na baso PSG so ebetina na Liga no omo so abo 6:45 omoni Nice enso ebetimi abo CAF Champions League no ene games mienu baso we semi-final first leg Al Ahly omo etnefie Egypt Cairo no omo so any Mamelodi Sundowns from South Africa enso so etimi abo we second leg baso unim say first leg na Al Ahly ekwawe kobo 0-0 tiene hwan ene qualify other game Pyramid so any Orlando Pirates ebono eno so ekowie 0-0 saying ene besia kwa musu game na baso 6 p.m. we CAF Champions League semi-final second leg no ehonsem so ena yetimi adiama ewo dwumadie no so yento aso enkoye ne ne mfan sem bi ento aso emfama Paul Merson ono Arsenal one fan kese pa science training na ya dia ball no odi akire na wo kire mo se Arsenal for no ebe ya mo focus no Omofanko UEFA Champions League so wugidie pa said this season at presenting ho e de ma Arsenal ball mu ball e wa Champions League so mo ye adwuma no kakra bi a ombetimi akwa against PSG na no na game omne Bournemouth for the omfanto nchen kra.
I think that they'll have to just forget about the Bournemouth game. They'll have to forget about it. They've got a massive opportunity. They're not going to finish out the top 5. They're not going to do that. They'll have enough games left. The next 2 games against Paris Saint-Germain are huge. They're absolutely huge. They've got an unbelievable opportunity to win in the Champions League, which they've never done before. So for me, I'd be more disappointed with yesterday's result on the strength of, if we want to win the Premier League, and that is really the aim, really, is to win the Premier League, this is going to happen every season. You know, if you're a good team, you're going to go deep into competitions, into Europe, FA Cups, League Cups, hopefully. You need squad players and you need to perform week in, week out. And I think that would be my worry for Mikel Arteta. His worry would be, if we're second in the league and we're 2 points behind, we can't have performances like this. And that's why you have to show so much respect to Man City, what they've done over the last few years of consistently churning out results, winning league titles, going deep in the Champions League, even winning it. So that's what would disappoint Arteta more, is next season they have to be a lot more consistent. It's drifted away in that way, but they could say they put all their eggs into this Champions League now.
Inti Arsenal form focus on NC Champions so weekend nya de omo game bia bombe jo ma hom ye pa na afi omo hwe midweek na omo ni Paris Saint-Germain first leg e wo UEFA Champions League in semi-finals no omo so etimi e dia win time so on me Paul Merson Edison Semna Kodia mom say focus no should be on Paris Saint-Germain game no san so wugidie so betimi yi PSG for afrim na omo so akọ finals no akọ eno ye nsem otimi de ba no na one former goalkeeper ade 1990 eno shas ye demo edema Arsenal boboko no gina mu 2003 eno ofiri okowie Manchester City David Seaman ono ekasa ede fa Arsenal boboko no oyebusa no say no hu Arsenal performance no so far this season okasa fa ho si game a week midweek no okohwe no nani anhyeda Germany Crystal Palace na emum no ogide say going forward Arsenal for Champions League betimi akwani akwaje.
Let's talk about your former side Arsenal, Champions League semi-finalists at the moment.
Can't wait for it. I was at the game last night. That was a bit of I don't know, it was weird, obviously with Palace going into the semi-final, we've got our eyes on our semi-final, so it was a strange game, but it was a disappointing. You can't write it off because it's always going to be in the memory, and hopefully we can react to that and then not get ourselves in that situation again. It's about passing it out from the back and David Raya making an angle, leaving his goal open, which he's done all season, to be fair, but when you get it wrong it can cost you, and that's what it did last night.
Defensively, Arsenal this season have been outstanding, and my only concern this season has been the draws. Yes. Now I know they haven't lost many, I think they've only lost 3, but when you talk about 13 draws, do you think that's where the title's almost slipped away from them?
Yeah, definitely. Especially those games, and then the games where we've had red cards as well, that's really cost us. And even like last night, I'm looking and we've got Trossard up front, and I was like, just a striker. I know everybody goes on about it, but I just think it'll give us a different option and better options as well.
Do you think that is the missing piece? Because certainly certainly you played in Wrighty, Anelka, Thierry. If Arsenal just had that centre forward, certainly with the pieces around them. Saka, who's obviously he speaks for himself, eventually get over the line and win the league.
You know, you just named all them strikers there, and they also had a certain DB behind them.
Of course.
You know, so they had a lot of options then, you know, and we don't seem to have that at the moment. But, you know, then all of a sudden we chip in with like 5 goals or whatever, and it's all spread out. So, yeah, I still feel that we definitely strike.
Yes, Yentene feeling says Arsenal for more a deadly striker. Or more anyone defensively, team no okay. Now share money Crystal Palace no chances no creative ya bo tugu ya name no say a more fast so defending against Crystal Palace and any anjin so we a club are going into a bigger game to say PSG there no obedrin dwene ho e kakra de na so no ogide say team no e was that mentality no betimi e de atwa fa so akọ anim na mum no or expect say sama no ombekọ akọfa striker de aba be shade mo na afi goals no abangi ni bebre enso e de amọ mo yebusa no say mra no wo Arsenal na Papa Wenger e ne bo adwuma no na on be rua this season mo de enempo Arsenal no e ka ho a eya na trophy ben pa na ya no mo adwene e kon so mo ye desperate so person mo win Champions League no.
At the beginning of the season, what do you think is more important to Arsenal? It's an impossible question to answer. There's no right or wrong because Champions League, Arsenal have never won it yet.
Yeah.
But the Premier League, it's 20 years since you won it. What ranks higher on your list of priorities, Dave?
It was weird because when I was playing, and Arsene Wenger at the start of every season would give us a piece of paper and say, right, write down in order of preference of what you'd like to win. And he said, you know, we are desperate to win the Champions League because the club's never won it before.
Yeah.
Yes, no and Sama David Seaman Eka so no one coach Papa Wenger Arsene Wenger or catch mo Emma list catch say and that's what mo catch any so on now only say trophy ben and now unya obeje pa no say champions no didi kan no and Sama timi at the account no share say against Paris Saint-Germain no Arsenal for ebetimi abon mode na afi omo so etimi akwa qualify etimi dia course PSG for no anybody boy ye pa mo ni Liverpool share no bia ehun de kosi ye.
How do you see that game going in the semi-finals? Because PSG, when they've played what Man City and Liverpool, they've looked fantastic.
What scares me is the way that they played at Liverpool in Paris. Yeah. You know, that was like a proper display, and that was against a team that's top of our Premier League, and they ripped them to bits. You know, it's a good job Alisson was on top form. You know, so that worries me a little bit. But I think that if we play our game, I think we'll be good. We'll be good.
Yes, Yentene say Arsenal for ebo no mo abona Champions League no this season or Premier League no so mo bo ebo ni dia and on betimi ahye PSG am found so mo chi Liverpool for or say Liverpool for mo call and Parc des Princes obi ahu na Liverpool ne lead Premiership na PSG for di om ho agro say nti PSG for no enimbo Arsenal for no corner from kobo mu game mu nimbo na afem so ntimi qualify kom no no yensama David Seaman e so etimi de ba 1990 okopie mu Arsenal gina mu 203 no free on say 13 hooping years and no sia kan de mu Arsenal ko wie e wo Man City eno yensama no so etimi de e ba ye e wo ye Arsenal ho ensem no ye bekọ ni atoa so e wo eye Gabi Agbola ho ono akasa e de afa Marcus Rashford any Oli Watkins or new issue bia nanso no as Aston Villa for no supporters ni bi asha sema issue e ba ebisi Oli Watkins onko na Marcus Rashford no en continue ho e loan na Rashford e bone no ana Gabi actually mo say ma supporters na nyesa.
This is a problem though, Al, with a lot of football fans in general. They're quick to forget what a player's done for a club. Ollie Watkins, this season 15 Premier League goals. Last season 19 Premier League goals. Yeah. Season before 15 Premier League goals.
He's just blown, man.
He misses chances, of course, just like all strikers, but he's an outstanding, for me, player. Finisher. He makes some outstanding runs as well off the last man. And we have to sometimes remember as Villa fans and fans of Watkins is that he's at Villa. Rashford's on loan. What if Rashford goes back in the summer and says he wants to go somewhere else? Yeah. Then you've upset Watkins. He might want to go there, and then you're left with 0 strikers. And also we're forgetting that Rashford's on loan, so he's putting a shift in and showing. What if you offer him a 4-year deal, £300,000 a week, and he goes back to what he's doing at Manchester United, feet under the table, relaxing, not pressing, not working hard. So Villa have got to be very careful. Do I like Rashford? I really do. But also, Alan, you know what it's like in changing rooms. You go out and give him £300,000 a week. What's Konsa going to want? What's McGinn going to want? What are Tielemans, Kamara going to want? The players that have been there and done it for the club.
Enti enoy and sama Gabriel Agbola ho former club any Aston Villa ono so akire mo atimi dia ba say omo enjoy sa eye enyoma na omo sha se eba no sanse Oli Watkins omo nka supporters mo refi ade entem dodo play or no na consistently wabo goals no atimi dia mamo eye before 3 seasons ago ball 15 goals last season 19 and at this season post so far wabo 15 goals in the Premiership no etimi edia mama Marcus Rashford di onim se loan na oba bebo bibia nche so obeto so ewo Aston Villa nti de mo ye no na so Oli Watkins ne bukofu so no so peso kwa mo nhwe ya mo behwe sa two important players nyanti mo nye na mo hwe kwan betimi afa so deal with esa issue na no ensama Gabi Agbonla ho enso etimi edia ba wo san 7 no na nei Rio Ferdinand ono ankasa ne former teammate etimi ehyiamu etwetwe nkomo ne na video no fu one no ojamu enso edi egu ho ne no na exception no kakra manya bi na okaside fa Cristiano Ronaldo ho Rangers na oni Rio Ferdinand ekokusha na Rio ebisa no say nei Syria 7 no kwan be so no omofa no a omo man kopie mo Manchester United boboko no menti Syria 7 move no say na Rangers echeche me kwan ya ne Alex Ferguson Amo etimi kotu no for Cristiano Ronaldo amo konkofa no ma be Manchester United.
What was you in the
Sporting Lisbon?
Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah.
So we've just been on tour, haven't we? Yeah. I'm literally come back. I'm a nightmare going from west to east with jet lag. So I'm praying I'm not playing in this game. I'm like, please don't. I've slept 2 hours in 2 days. I hope I'm not playing. And then I'm not playing. I'm right. Okay, I'm falling asleep. We're all falling asleep on the bench. And then all of a sudden, Shazy, who unfortunately did get picked, is just getting torn to shreds off this lad who looked unorthodox, and he was like 1 minute on the right wing, 1 minute on the left wing, and I'm like, and he looked upright, and he looked like nothing I'd seen before, and it's like right foot. Oh, who is this? I never really heard of him. And then of course at the end we're waiting because we've been away for 3 weeks. Come on, let's go. And quickly it got communicated to the back of the bus that no, we're hanging around because we look like we're signing this guy. I'm saying like, wait as long as you want then. I don't mind. Wait as long as you want.
Did you he comes to United and starts playing and stuff? Did you have any of those moments where you had to speak to him because he's playing as a winger then?
Yeah.
He's looking up to you. I've spoken to him since. He was always looking up to you and seeing what you were doing. Did you have any of those conversations with him or moments?
The first year was hard for him, but more I think, and you'd have seen it more in training, where if he took too many touches he's getting kicked, and soon penny dropped. I'm sick of getting kicked off me, Scholesy, whoever else, because I'm taking too many touches and the gaffer won't give him fouls. I didn't think he needed to. I think we already did it. I mean, I remember sprinting across in one game in the winter and I've took Cristiano out and the manager's gone mad and I've gone, it's a tackle, gaff, and he's gone, I know, yeah, but take care, he's a special player, but I said he's taking too many touches. Simple as that. So we were, you get frustrated playing with him, but then all of a sudden penny dropped. He came back pre-season stronger.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. You know when whispers start going around the training ground, have you seen Cristiano?
Entiano ensema Rangers chechim so mo ekoto na mo kopie mo e Portugal Lisbon entiamo ebo friendly game na ohwa Brighton asa game no Rangers so kache coaching say osere no managing na home entiane wambo bi to ohwa Brighton you unsa Brighton no left no or right no or otwetwetwe mo sa enti after the game no mo kache say Alex Ferguson say player beat say Cristiano no omo nhede ni bi e wo mo 10-10 wonte be ya omo ensane no say Alex Ferguson catch and say only problem so omo ankasa kan dia no only option bi anti obetie say no enma Ronaldo omo ensane no buy no training ground otwetwe omo sa na say o take na bebre ye pa anti no ensem bibra Rangers e kan so etimi e de e fa no mom no o so hwe Cristiano Ronaldo any Eric Cantona oni omo nyina no esia kan eda na so cast mienu pa onyi ba ko dia no kure no be Cristiano Ronaldo.
When was it that you thought this is Ballon d'Or, this is one of the best ever now? When was there a moment?
I think it was always in there, but it was just that consistency, and it was like 24-25 Champions League games he played and that hadn't scored.
Yeah.
I think it was against Roma, he scored his first, and then from then on he basically, and then you start building a team around him. Fletch started playing.
Yeah, it's mad that, to go out and cover him.
Yeah, to cover him, and he was deciding games. And when you've got a player like that, he has to decide games when you're sort of building the team around him. And he was just goals, and every type of goals. Penalties, free kicks, headers, tap-ins, right foot, left foot, every sort of goal. And he was brave. That's the one thing, because we'd kick him in training, he'd get up, and he'd do the same in games. He was brave. Just give me the ball. And he got booted like you wouldn't believe.
Mad tackles,
in training, in games, and he got up. He was tough.
In them moments when you look at him and you go, oh, you explained how good he was, how great he was. Where does he rank in players you played with?
The best.
Is he? Wow. Better than Cantona?
No, he's the best.
Wow.
He's the best. And especially because, when Eric come, he was 26. You've seen a young lad develop, someone who couldn't speak English. You just have a soft spot because you just see how much what he's had to deal with, how much he's come through it. He had a tough time at the beginning. You know, he was diving to get to where he is and what he's done. And like I say, he's just brave, just so brave, and obviously dedicated to the sport as well, which I love because he got everything out of his body and still continues to.
Etiano ensa range say no near canto na compare na say okaso onyi de openas man na say ne de no ball no so nanim na Ballon d'Or no wogide so obeja na Cristiano Ronaldo entiano ensama range so etimi ede ba hye so say ne one man team or a players na omo call team baako omo gina mu akobo ya mo anko ba bia nti 1990 eno kopia mu Manchester United gina mu 2014 ena ranges ewie nti within that space of time no Eric Cantona no ho Sansona Cristiano Ronaldo ebe pass through Rio Ferdinand yo interview ni nyina no mu nyina no mo ma sabre ohun mu nyina no akirikirem enso apeke ne choice e wo honom yengro mo na yenko anim Alex Iwobi ono nso so etimi akasa akakra edi afọ no ankasa ohye boase besi sampempenso edi edikan yebusa no say ne coaches ben and aboa na amadu sa pempenso no so edu no ankasa epeke atwisi abobo muden.
We want to know who's had the biggest impact on your club career so far.
Oh man, Frank Lampard, Carlo Ancelotti, Unai Emery, and Arsene Wenger.
Sure, I want to ask about these two to start with. Such iconic managers. Were they quite similar, quite different in their approaches?
Similar in the sense where they don't really get angry. They're very patient. They're both men of few words, but when they do speak, when they walk in the room, everyone's just silent. Like that aura is crazy.
Yeah.
Especially because when he signed for Everton, he was new. When he first walked into the canteen, everyone was like. It was
Everyone's
crazy.
scared.
Yeah. Not really scared, everyone just respects him.
Got an impact.
Yeah.
Wenger, what was he like with young players in particular?
Oh, amazing. For like young players coming through, he always gave them like an opportunity to train, and if you're good enough, they put you on the bench and hopefully you get a chance to play. So, and he always spoke to the youngsters like whenever we train, especially when I trained, like, we always said believe in yourself, and it gave me the confidence to just go and express myself.
And do you take something from each manager you've worked with? Is there things you carry through with you throughout your career?
But each one of them gave me that license to literally go and express myself. 3 out of 4, let me say, 3 out of 4 gave me that license to do what I can do.
Who was less? Who was a bit more regimented with their thinking?
Uncle Carlo.
Yeah.
He kind of had me a bit more structured when I was playing.
Is that just how he liked to set things up?
Obviously, he had this position I was playing under him was a bit different to now. So like my role was basically like to just lend the ball and make runs off the ball.
I like Uncle Carlo.
Uncle Carlo.
Lampard, you kind of changed role with him. You said how important he was for your career at the time. So tell us about
because I was having a difficult period with Everton, and then I came off the back of an AFCON where I just got sent off. So I was literally coming back into being told I'm meant to go on loan, and I've never been on loan in my life, so like it was a big shock for me. Then when I came back, I said, I want to knuckle down, new manager, new opportunity. And he obviously saw what I was capable of in training and said, why don't you do this in matches? And I said, I just never had this opportunity. So he gave me that confidence. He put me in so many positions. I'll go into games, I don't know where I'm going to play. But he always said, just go do your thing. And I feel like he kind of revitalised my career.
Which one do you reckon then goes into your master manager spot, just in terms of the impact that they've had on you?
Eti Alex Iwobi ne nsem no awia no na ho ye na mom no de no kirem nyina say coach so mo eboa no e no kirikirem Lampard oso ko AFCON bi bai no Everton na final Lampard aba be fa na oya Lucini position kakra Lampard etimi eboa ne ye pa ma no esa esini na so sanso na awie no kan wie say Papa Wenger na a man chance nti ne upe coach aboa no pa na a man debut game ewo Arsenal boy a Sabro no so nenemu a abedu sampempe so enti ene Carlo Ancelotti so onu ko hye mo Everton no onu so eboa no etimi structure ne ye as a player ni nya ya nsema Alex Iwobi enso eka ye ede efa ye sansem no na okopie mu a okan awie oba Africa hanoma players be no mo eye na icons onu ankasa ni krom. Next
up then we've got international icons. We want to know which of these former players for your national team you think is the most iconic.
Oh, John Obi Mikel, JJ Okocha, the legend Kanu, Oh, and Yakubu, nice.
Good selection.
Yeah, decent.
Happy with that?
Yeah, decent.
Let's talk a bit about your international career at the moment, though, first of all. How much do you think your super talented national team is capable of?
The individual talent we have is scary. Each player plays in like the best teams across Europe. The scary thing is most of us were young, so we could be playing for another 5-6 years. So there's a lot more to come.
World Cup, hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
It's kind of tight right now, but fingers crossed.
Enti Osha team no metre national team no Nigeria omo talented squad no omo eswa to metimi about the next 6 years atwa so na bibia konkan dia mom to hwe se World Cup na omo be qualify difficult there na so hwe se metimi qualification said obobo ejejo coach anwa kokano Yakubu Aigbemi nyina no obo omudin se ono omo na ye omo icons or this ansem no so etimi de buy na nei. Yes, I'm found said Trent Alexander-Arnold and I know Kushe go back. Edging and you roll no one supporters and Kojo Moin and your sister Nadrian and Society Madrid moving on and one hour expect to say in summer no and also a bit to me Abbas or Arsenal for yes negotiations between club and player Thomas Partino Ashasia and they initial talks no and so Etimia kickstart your motion brand to Betimia strike a deal and so Eddie extending the contract no and so Etimia de Amano Ewa Ama Diallo Dianete and it's a Kobe mix a season in for Manchester United the team and it's a brand next couple of days no or Betimi Ashe training I say Eddie Ama Manchester United to Betimia Beboa Ama almost season no omo ewie ewo ho nti Ama Diallo ono so de free na so yen so eba ya can be area to Jumedi so na kokopeme Eduardo Camavinga say 3 months or out on sia kan fama Real Madrid boko nti any season no enya endia ne sa enso etimi edia Manchester United so mugu so Victor Osimhen omo hwe ekwan omo so betimi afa so strike a deal and so they are Kofa Branted in the free Napoli name woman Branted no almost so share the salary original empo abi ebe si akwan so etimi edi amomo na mum no mo hwe sa Branted no betimi akwa sane no na na Roma UEFA on Champions League no almost next season omo edi changes kakra ebeba there will be no extra time enti yebowie na after 90 minutes no obia entimi awine koye tipeko na wo say you decide obi obekọ nanim dia straight penalty shootout omekọ akobo na omo so determine winner no yen sem efiri oba na omo se top 8 teams no omo bo league phase ni wi a moa ombelidi anase top 8 no said this season yehu ye no Barca for ne Liverpool for Arsenal for no second leg bia no mo enebebo ewo fie second leg bia mo na nti on bekọ away first no ma betena fie aboye second leg no enso so etimi edi afri ho ewe eye quarter finals and semi finals and semi finals no omo ebebo second leg no ewo mu home enti we eye nsema UEFA fonso etimi dia basanso and a round of 16 teams no so no omo hwe said the countries na omo provide teams omo be ko omo anima kodu round of 16 omo be hwe se omo ho enhia tika be hwe this season Atiko any Madrid for round of 16 na nke bi omo kohye ha mo se enya adwuma omo be hye se de be ya one country omo two clubs enkonkohyem ewo ye round of 16 ti we eye changes kakra UEFA Champions League we next season omo hwe se betimi ahase enso ewo ho no me de hunsem no so etimi edi ama na Jamie Vardy osi say de ade a wabre Leicester City do be ya eno aye no okoho 13 years ni eno akwa bom from a Fleetwood Town £1 million eno me de kokofa no say waye hero ono omo agi Premier League title FA Cup omo agibi championship nso omo etimi agibi Community Shield omo agibia ni nyina no ohwe no say England so nya konya koboy 26 caps and as 26 appearances no timi make ye wawie ewo Leicester City to omo ko relegation a omo enko obeja club no enso atimi akonti Jamie Vardy ono so ne nsama wo atimi edi aba ewo no me di be say I feel gutted this day is coming but I knew it will come eventually. I have had 13 unbelievable years at this club with lots of success and some downs, but the majority all highs. Nese no ayen sama what media but say wom say ups and downs na ba nemo no dodo na no ogidie se eyade ana ehye nkran na ewosoro ana ese efata ntie nei ode aba wieye eno ayen sama wono so ede apie so ewo ho ye de besi dia kana beto aso dia mon Kastle 90.3 FM.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The sports king. The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The sports king.
Kastle 90.3 FM Suni Robert Mensah Sports and Ayatna see there's someone. It's 59 minutes past 6. Ebedin komo ewo jumedi and so yes streaming live on Facebook. Kastle 90.3 FM Cape Coast. Join the show no ho like and share for comments bra. Ebe kenka edi ama wo jumedi and so now we are talking about strikers. About Africa your continent is why ya te wo monka wa wuti omudi on be fesi Black Stars a. Now when say striker we are obey the Ghana and careful as was said because great air striker no and a Ghana kwako facing no ye dia Samuel ye dia na hwe no ene Samuel Jan problem for air company man so me the Black Stars of Ghana strikers coach ene ye de fa ho ahwe ne strikers ahodo ba Africa continent mu a and say mu dia as Osman na na rise Boniface for Nigeria yeah but some years back we had some great strikers omo eba yen continent so Mohamed Abu Treka abaye na afamu de akọ another strikers so nyina abakọ no we are going to remind ourselves intine ye share an experience on strikers ya hwe omo ewo this continent so ye mra na emedi nkomo ahodo ewo show so ma Osman akọ aba na atumi aba bebie bi nkomo ni mu.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's
Kastle FM 90.3. The sports king.
Osman, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Ano pa bibia boko de.
Akopon na do mi bia e fine.
Ye da erade ase. Nyame adom me ho ye pa. Nyame adom. Sabushafo nyina ho ye de.
Yes, bibia e kam bia.
Atade nso afu.
Say the matter ma sha.
Sa.
Na notice.
Oh dabi. Ba ku bi na as a black you been na.
We abaka ho.
We abaka ho. We na so pam ye nche.
Eyo mampo ho.
Akoto ye nche ho. Nche. Ani amono pa nche. Minni say wan year kura duru.
Ma sha be 4 times.
Nche.
Say fi aso na me sha.
On fa ma ha bo.
E ga wo na ehu ni.
Dabi fa. Kwamna kura so fa ma hada.
Nipo ko imza no tena de fi.
Nyef ka kwamna wa ha otu ngo fa bo fa.
Kwamna weekends o tena de.
Nsa weekend wa ha.
Set camera pa funam. No way fi. O set up na no way fi.
Zabi bia boko afie de. Weekend ye kwa Daisy sha ho de.
Sure.
Daisy.
And then as I remember to miss call. To me because be a weekend we bezin komo. Okay, but many messages need be friend for na fe yamra. Say good morning to you. My name is Apostle John Nyame Jr. testing from Brafoil. The strikers are Mohamed Abu Treka, Samuel Eto'o, and Mohamed Abila Jaka. I hope seven yani dini ye. I said sana. Okay, all right. Me that say. Now, I say good morning. Miss should be hopefully. You are all doing well. Please, why is it that the Tefe fans chanting Ceballos to die and were not punished? Tomorrow, God willing, Madrid will take the trophy from Barcelona, no matter their form. Please, this Nana Kwabena Ababio Sasa Isaac Shine. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Nana Ababio. Nedia ono sono ede aba ewa hano no. Enwa Ceballos ne chant no. Madrid ede ni Cologne. Na Madrid ede ni Cologne no. Na omukoko hia ye hetefefo. Ena guy no e kan say o ka che tefe fans no say nka odo mo ye no onya kra nka makọ relegation. Relegation krama. Oma kwa shasio na mpampa that season no ko relegation FKK ente shomutrim shomutrim pa dia Ceballos de baye wo mo shomutrim pa that season o ko relegation ko bre wase wansa na mo ba enu nto mo hia ye Ceballos no mo ka chen se on die no die antino I something shomutrim pa mo ko relegation ko che Ceballos ka chom se mo de entemu na mo di wa league nim no but relegation akwache wase opa mo enti eno na ema omode ho abufuo de gu Ceballos so a na omoye Dani Ceballos san. Say good morning. Number 1 is Samuel Eto'o. Number 2 is Didier Drogba and number 3 is Mohamed Abu Treka from Segaf. And on the way ede aba ewa ha na
Okay, say gaff and I say GFA. No problem. Say GFA now cancel the answer. And I say, good morning. Update me on Manchester United. Way for gospel, more fire. Okay, the man you there say my tell school Henry and FKK Fabrizio Betroy say yeah some good news is coming from Man United. So we know the good news. Eric Ten Hag is coming back. And I'm saying hey. When I'm more dear Nana did I Suban Sam no. But so on him good news, you know. Yes, so Nana a contract I standing by 10 years. Oh, Manchester United now. Because I don't know, I was say trauma United Edia FKK. What the beautiful cracker man you say something beautiful is about to happen at Man United. Beautiful now the man you look ready look. And look one say about one sentence because Man team now basa what the beautiful about Man you asem ho. So Manchester United but FKK me I believe say next season be. I was so much players need to do now quite this summer. Na sa look sure mo no ni ade na ma omunyo nyina kwan look sure mo nyina free team mu ko Ganacho aswadin Ganacho. Oh, like they should try. And yes, my test Kunya and then no Fabrizio Casa are very, very close. Oh, no, should trust like a bina Rasmus Højlund money when no crowd no. Oh, never mind you have on the Højlund money I didn't know. As we talk about FKK Madrid more one crowd bono. But ask yourself, say baby no move from ban. Now how now Rasmus Højlund money I dear money nemu an could Munyo munyina free munyo munyina hwan be no say striker o man hon hwan Højlund bia ono hwan asa boki striker boki we munyo munyina free zay champion zay onya zay oketch on onya striker oketch on play no mo de ne ball no there o ye second striker e be number 10 opodo na coach e be se by force onkobo no ni obia ntimagwa na nkobo Magwana nkobo striking hall. Magwana jizi wonu. Kanya ase Casemiro na nsem aso pesa oye fire work bia. Komu nyankomu Ericsson se obekọ. Komu de Casemiro so tattoo announcement. United issues ne o. Me feel that nya where abotero because anya careful na say be wholesale exit of players now. You are going to bring in new players. Coach new one, good players. Yeah. No, Ruby. Sankwa. They won't go in for names this time round. Mensah people know. Yeah, they'll bring in good players. Of course. But on conquer today, be names be already bono already now so you established. Not to go to Barella, ma. What United about tomato? You know them. I'm man Paul Herrick Mkhitaryan by a man son. It's when now one shit team no. And that one striker be 18 years old. From Le Havre. The day you need teammates. Oh bahin. United when you gidi. But I'm going to him. I'm a next season. Coach no. Coach is all by non sport talent. About my but there'll be a time when England not supported in about today. You team within 2 years, 3 years, That is the issue. Because this is why we go. Makes me tired of Hurricane there once it's a squad in me. And I'll tell that someone on you next season, no. And I was a new crop of players, Baba. If you need to move watch a shot, on take just one season to pay, no, I quack far. They will show down my glimpses, no. Over to my Obama, I'm a good run of form. Maybe 5-10 matches, 11-14 matches. So we really be out to the draws, boom. But the moment the business end, and when the inexperience will start setting in. Now, if you will drop a point, we'll lose matches, Nazi. Maybe I would see almost about 13th position. Just imagine. Maybe next time, they should upgrade to their 8th position. Maybe a Champions League spot again before they are going to be consistent to the base master. But if you want them to say, we feel there, Yanko Tombogum, about how I drink. But Yanko coaching should be able to improve some of the players, especially one age on one side, But when you are some of them were Rumbwa. For instance, Oprah or a liability on Bobby. Jan Kononko Christian Eriksen. Yes, Christian Eriksen will be over a play bia. Say well good functioning team. As in Shema, he will deliver. But if you are going to expect only moment on it be different now. Look at his age. Not the medical condition. You wouldn't want to. That's when you're about to know. Maybe Bruno Fernandes obviously will be there. He's going to inspire the others that want to mumbo. A children of problems of injuries not dorsum. Lieutenant Martinez or him. And when we delete picture, no say Juve phone post teams. Hey, na kwen swa bro. What name? And I'm me refi baby pa na owo me ka me chew na me refi baby a wo sisi e na wo say me born a picture so call hwe ni page ho na so wo da so man yu ho
yes
onye easy and I'm euro so ho no mo
euro so befa
ona befa
so be say ahwe na attitude da and na me hwe na highlight bi ball no we lose pass 18 yard box na attack can bobo shot or the forms in
it yeah sure man who that video no
commitment level boy no obefa so onye yem pamre bomb pay obefa that boy alone could think
obefa
obey but 1.2 na chide them past glories no in the years or your history you've made that history as at work but for 2010 na ba share with him it took Liverpool for almost about 36 years and over winning 2 Premier League trophies so I am not confused when we are free it's a much na confused trade Arsenal no I am mesero just 2004 binge trophy food and wa bonama Liverpool it took them 32 years for them to win just 1 Premier League trophy and sign a final second one no sorry and to be honest in the last 20 years 30 years I will brand but at least they managed there up and they won't compete now they would always be there.
Sure
that is one thing about Liverpool. On the Manchester United they are lacking as it stands now and then look at Chelsea they are struggling but at least up on the competition for certain conversations Chelsea is also there but for United you know playing the prime or find about pay no about flop oba fit team no no akwa pe no akwa akoye and then na Anthony ball Anthony
enwa share
ball Anthony bosisi
o tumi twetwe all twin ball pa
Anthony ase bia lenyum no to twin bia na ko team za ka gina baby wo nya ball no dem no you United na for den da no da man na ball no ko true I mean
Anthony
but in fact we improve
of course
that's one time play highlight one day but Ruben am will be ejuma but wonya abotare expectations no ko fom expectations in there she said team na form within 2 years you get back being
okay
oh yes
all right and a weekend Chelsea your coach coach no Willy Caballero and three hope that about Chelsea but them back my goals be fie mu say a coach na aje cards enti no on na bench enti Willy Caballero ni tiri stay sako na abodwi na ehwe so bench coach na ya sake coach ni ne yade but of course FKK so na be adwuma no and line up ni pokra nya na be selected the coach Maresca na be selected just say on na bench na change zone one be change no coach no be communicating can be a coach na adda kra na bia ono na ge bibia dia because the coach na ma bia we no want ase enti no weekend against Everton Willy Caballero goalkeeper no and obedina mu aye coaching dia ma Chelsea wo mra Maresca so dinfo wono no anya eye kata or suspended or touchline honom. All right, I'm the first segment of the show now Friday. Share your experience. Mamanya will message on 0244 743 143 0244 743 143. We are talking about top strikers. Washa wamo Africa and continent so strikers. Washa wamo and continent so. Ena yedi eho enkomo enuti mamenya wo message on 0244 743 143 0244 743 143 fa wo so adwen chefa ho bra abedafo de mo de ba wi a na Friday maybe phone lines na tum na wo so afra ne di ho nkomo enye easy ebi mo anu ma Asman there are some strikers bi anu ma omuntu kwan ko ba bia ye bebo afcon a na wo hu o so mo ba mu a sa guy we na ne hu ohu pa na say du ban fancy arrest bansi dodi dia don boy FKK so kai sa bon dodi dia don boy ni hu because me kai ba ko bi bokina be ba ko bi no a friend say Dino P
Patripa. Patripa.
A draft corner na was a sanko for years.
From our producer player.
Said educated dear. Mali ni nine. Then all Barcelona. Said educator. No, ni oh.
Canute.
Oh, Canute. Said educator no. As I know, Boba sent to a bath corner. Oh no, Chan hold on. Me panasem. As a obeso chesa so on the one boy job in and Nino na nia Sabina. I mean panasem cry. I'm panasem cry. You know. Oh. Strikers ne dia oboa amo bana blasters defenders ne to sa but ni name of course ma ba jo mudin wa ntin pa cho mama FKK ne Osman de omo de omo wi a na maybe a phone lines na 2 minutes for now ne they send a message never also top strikers ne brown 0244 743143 0244 743143.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley.
Kastle FM. The Sports King. Kastle FM 90.3.
Okay, I ask one. I'm getting come on.
Ruby, the way the answer when I told na call saying enough time na want to watch our Nadrin. Ruby, me for that my first player, I would mention Samuel Eto'o. Yes, this is a player. Me feel there, you proper striker. Africa, they globally. Yes, never see that my level. There's one case now compare any striker in the world. Be na Ruby Oyeye or Honum, especially at the club level. Ejumo Tumo ye in the topmost of the European competitions. You know, not this guy was there, especially at the twilight of his career with FC Barcelona. Will win the Champions League. Will dominate La Liga. Ejumo Tum na kwaye Honum, and then I say na Marisha ne history be with Pep Guardiola. Ebeke Pep Guardiola 2008. Papa no be take charge of FC Barcelona. No pro yi Samuel Eto'o. Na a lot of issues no called on him. Or Jenny Jason Nam opposing Thierry Henry. But also share coach on because catch Pep Guardiola point blank there. I watched the time I born. Now we need ball. You are not a great player. Maybe a coach about me by that time for not Pep Guardiola. But for you to come into a team of stars, Ronaldinho mo honum, Deco mo, Gilly mo, these guys were all there. Na Ebana Eshe Thierry Henry nenyum. Na Eshe Samuel Eto'o nenyum. Na catch and there. You are not part of my plans. Major Okon Marco. I will any you cannot say anything to me because I'm bro football. Obiara nyimu. It's a one or two more prove coaching wrong there. Or you're better playing to that season, the pre-season. What quite or check that the numbers will speak for itself. And in fact, that season La Liga numbers are to no baby near Honum. And how would more boy ma Pep Guardiola ne career to my rising Honum. That's good Honum. UEFA Champions League winning with FC Barcelona against Arsenal 2006. Sebastian performance for Honum and Ruby now on easy Honum. Fast forward, he moved from the FC Barcelona scene. The Inter treble team Okorini 2010. He was there with Jose Mourinho. Check his performance in that team no. Onye Militao mu, the Argentines, I know what team no Mejuma what mo koye Honum. Schneider mu, Maicon mu. I mean the quality was that stark Honum. Most of the time, she's come up for strikers one who we mentioned Cristiano Ronaldo. But Ruby Abekes at a point in time, at the time Ronaldo went away Inter Milan, he was operating from the flanks. Even though not a striker because not to accommodate Diego Milito. But then Shannon numbers understand no to Mozima. Yenye club football point for film. Let's switch to the AFCON international level. Eto'o was that good for the Cameroonian national team. I mean, I couldn't see for those goals, you know. Nimbozim Bankasa in general winning them AFCON. And I'm Bozim Bono and even the Balando podium, no. I think they'll Fubi. None of Bozim Boy as well that's good or honum. So for me, say African striker. I mean, make sure I feel there on the global level. As you know, compare any striker in the world or Samuel Eto'o. You can never write him off with regards to the competitions, you know. He is there. So my number one striker. Me feel that say a footballer second there for Samuel Eto'o. Me just that was simple ambition I will mention his name. Now Didier Drogba. There is no way we talk about African strikers ever can do bonizin. This is a player Ruby from Marseille, Chelsea, or called Galatasaray. Kon the name kakra you was so baby. But Nankasa Nembazimbo as a striker, na pair proper strikers ever can way Boki. Number 9 ever can onjin any more nankotin. No work man also from Mawa. Ruby, he was that guy. And for me not the baby Chelsea ball. That will be here the play being conjure magic. Franklin Pardum they will be there to support with the goals. But Didier Drogba Nankasa so Jinanyim Honum na say bonus or to the chest to do. Na so tenor the fire was in my own Ruby no easy. Oba ne area doers in terms of headers. you cannot match him. No way din. Oba no to one shot. No with that power no. Oba ne surgeon runs no. He was that guy. No even one drop back in Ponombre. Number one defender or Honomana. He was also that guy. For me, Chelsea team not your captain, but he was that leader now. No fight was in my Chelsea team no. His numbers spoke for himself. Into a one that's a Premier League now. One of the greatest African players about the Premier League now. Didier Drogba, obviously.
Of course.
You would mention his name. The national team football, no one said that rosy. Because at the time, Obebenya one creme de la creme in their football history, no, they couldn't win them the AFCON because they struggled. No, could a player in the no, but no contribution to the national team, no, Ruby, in terms of no goals contribution, no, not into my writing off. Now, so one home buzzing. So he will be my second pick. My third pick, me feel 2 players over brackets. Yes, we cannot talk about African strikers without mentioning Asamoah Gyan. Unfortunately for him at the club level, no, make a club level now. Ruby, my fan no, ne European football. Now my Asian football no. Asian football no boy no. He was that great. Align one. Yes, what is it? Asia. But in terms of European football, no, he was that good. But none of the numbers, no, not that great to honor. Maybe in European football, maybe on your numbers are not very good, no, was at Sunderland. But from Udinese, he was good. He was a good striker. Almost goals, no, but he was that average striker in a season on to more 18, 20 goals or honor. Akwa Rene. It was the same thing. Almost 20 goals, almost 18, almost 15 goals. Maybe in the Premier League and maybe League and Obono. But over Sunderland, you know, within that much shortest possible time, no. I've been talking about Rising. But then, Echo Saudi Honomona, another Echo Asia Honomona, he was that good. But we began transforming the form, no, into the international football, no boy, no. Asamoah became the first player about 7 CAF and FIFA organized competitions. Osha goes in all those tournaments in Yinano, and son of Cristiano Ronaldo, or be equal to my record. No. So that should tell you Asamoah Gyan, the level of Kwenye or Hono. At the AFCON, he was there. Yako World Cup and so I think he's the African with the most goals in the World Cup. Maybe actually when it comes to that greatness now, Asamoah Gyan at that level, no super with him the wafa. But then Ruby say Asamoah Gyan is in China. Currently, say Shedma Victor Osimhen sorry now. I mean, don't compare Asamoah Gyan or ye. I know at the club side, you know, he is delivering. Ebia international level, no, with the national team, no, and one of Oya Zenekakra. But even with that one, you cannot even argue about his numbers and the commitment to the Nigerian national team. Oya Jumapa. But for me, I think Victor Osimhen now will focus more on his club side, you know, because for Napoli, a lot of the times, you know, for most part of their career, you know, now Urban the Scudetto na won't monjibi. But under his guidance with new coaches, you know, and any other players, you know, Shejumo Tumo Bebe or Honum. Then fast forward, I think it was a Ubajano Konomo Wako, check numbers for Galatasaray. In fact, even go back and then go and check little numbers, you know, you realize that he's a proper striker. Not just about the goals, you know, but no work rate. But as the striker for the team, center forward, on drop number Yejuma, put him on the rings of Honum. Man, 5 players there, only one in battle. These are strikers on any good day, Biano. Says what one more goals in a game, they are going to do it. And it will be me, my 3 strikers, you know, 2 bubble brackets. It's, you know, somebody to feel, yes, number 1. Second, Didier Drogba. And then number 3rd position, you know, with over a tied of Honum, are going for Asamoah Gyan stroke, Victor Osimhen. These are the 4 players in terms of positioning, you know. These are my strikers. I mean, my show now.
Okay.
You feel the way that's good, Honum.
Okay, say good morning, Miss Ruby. Yeah. Good morning, Miss Ruby. I'll go for Samuel Eto'o, Didier Drogba, and Bertrand Traore. Perez, that if you Ola and ordinary Diaba, that handsome guy, ne? Osman, talk kind of and as that for me, as is of Asamoah Gyan and FKK, Vincent Abu, and Sadio Mane. Okay, you know, can't who be Sadio Mane. I bet the Pele ni JJ coach. I mean, I can't who be FKK. My name come kakra na yankwane Friday.
I'm saying, okay, be manage trauma some 17 year. say omo e bia se Ghana no mkushia.
Of course.
For
Yana Samuel Jandi, of course, we know our Samuel Jan are very own.
Okay. Said that no today. E bia me you know be Africa bebre. Because strikers no bia nhyɛ da nkwa mo no ne ankwa nkɔbɔ bad. Eba national team level na hopa nso ne edi hu omo. Hopa nso no mba beji din. Not taking anything away from Etomo and the likes because almost combining the two no omo kwa mo no ma be perform ha. I think say me san obi ahun konkoba abutu kadi. The oye wa ha with Egypt. Now call national team so kokoko ye. Unzo anhye da nkwa mo no ne ankwa ye you. But oye one player we see account Africa but kwa mo no ne ba bia.
Ni ba bia.
Ba bia ye boni di. Na say Champions League e pandit.
Omo fra ne ba e ma no koka ho asem e.
O ta ye we consistent. Pa oye pa anti. I feel say Abrante and the Egypt for ne ba be ye no pa na consistently. Afcon omo gisi omo na so anytime bia semete se Ghana and Egypt be bo a. Na me hwe sa ko be bobi owombi. And I said, yeah, and a so I think that tricker, me bonidi, me bo Patrick Mboma. Yes, of Cameroon. Also be a boy to be a Hunu Barcelona and Nebia, Spaniel the Anshade, but what he did in the Champions League, and also no bad national team, then Shadam Farmer and Papa. The goes no Shabat, Upu be a no GD pa this decided games at the moment. Nay, Patrick Mboma. So I feel say. Mebo Patrick Mboma so etimi de na ka ho the other one aka na ya yi kakra but ya din dia mami but kam ya kwa ma Osam Hassan
okay
okay no another Egyptian striker yes Osam ono so metimi de na atwu so na bia Jan you know from be hadwen
of course Jan there or conversation mu dada wo mu dada ya no
ebia so can be bia ono metwu so ne first
of course obiaba
but say bia ye die nti
ugo to the first answer obiaba
no okay ebia so be ka say o petena ono be born 1
of course answer na do ma Canadian
of course for me I think say say nya Samuel Jana others am person me pick more enlightening game no
of course
say o no mu koshia my Ghana especially no mu koshia now ti wona yes Patrick Mboma me kind of pa
Mboma ama kroma ngofo do mu dia to Mboma for wa pa strikers wa ha but Osman memory reacted to this I don't think say Osman was comparing Osman to Samuel Jan no anya compare the be on kan pacho all has of my opesa
that frame of
opesa odi ma Samuel Jan but you say Osman so born homode nti when nya say ofia obi adwuma wa ye pacho Jan there now of course the campaign is going say Yamfa Jan mama Yamfa Jan enya na the goalkeeper striker for the Black Stars of Ghana. No, I don't know how them.
Ruby, you see, Ghanaians, if you are going to be fair, as Samuel Jan, international football, he was a fine striker by own
of course.
National team just now. Actually, career now, that was what he was known for. At a point in time, Lionel Messi granted interview there. There's an African player, Penasema. No, yeah, Samuel Jan at that time was not canoe. I'll iron one. Oba Samuel Jan is all cut over us not canoe. I know. But why is it that a striker of his nature, not our Asia one? Yes. I tell me, can say actually European career now.
Especially after say a World Cup 2010, we are not going to be here no. Sanka Jan will make a big move. Be nanka because none of them 2014 World Cup.
2014 no, I expect today. And can upgrade
of course
because Ibimu they played for trophy prestige and they got the money. Nobody can convince him that to born or boy or European football.
When yes guy Inter Milan Barcelona ska wa jan bi ni
it's as much as the European football no Ebian Poko no checking the numbers no yes about Chelsea but
of course Everton
it's honestly say why establish no but I'm not sure we are talking about European club football.
Derby.
Now you have strikers and you would mention as Samuel Jan and when I'm mentioning compare Victor Osimhen
okay
because Osimhen they proved there urban the career football in Europe so far my why and midfield up as Samuel Jan to be big but internationally no there is no way we can compare Victor Osimhen to Samuel Jan into Samuel Jan the career necessary or a blasters no you know quite to the level in day say can the strikers of Africa had there obi abu bonizin for a player 7 consecutive
competitions,
organized competitions.
Oshogo.
Ono make it our record no. Oya African team, oya record no. No biara nka wasem. Until the Cristiano Ronaldo the last Euros no, all ba she go quick. And all ba kan and there. The record mpo no asemoja no ye the first record na San Ronaldo ba ched waye. So bibi a ched asemoja the career with Blasters in the he's one player Ruby. Anytime about training book there is no academy Blasters somewhat. Now Super Boy in the pan because he was that good for the national team.
Do you think it's about time I was a John by strikers coach?
It's long overdue. It's long overdue. Especially at this time I will be our national team no say you took as an oko. Let's find a role for
Hey, Johnson, me pacho.
I said to go Kobe.
I find you too kind here no koye.
Oh, the last AFCON Yakobo World Cup qualifies. He was part of the team.
And you one game Yakobo Madagascar no Kobe.
Since I go to come back here we
And you did that bill.
Let's find a role for him. Yes, but I when you to corner.
Them person establish one say we don't know the buyer or that game no Kobe. Mama
you can know.
Mama a member of the Obia money say be a man in role be in the national team.
In what capacity?
It was a crucial game now on this team.
Crucial game not so about to come pep talks. Now we are saying there's a strikers in the these guys watch the Black Stars now. Obia Babas Mojenism. They revere him, they look up to him. So why not today? Young convert and he should be part of the technical team.
Okay.
But then as the strikers coach, I ain't been see that.
Of course.
Football clubs be na Obia with Manchester United. All the people want to watch go no. Of course South Africa.
Of course.
Benny McCarthy. No can find by there. By strikers coach. Say was some na no simple. I mean, over that my exploit no. Technical no simple money bia. Me feel about to know one.
And for cause I trying to camp crop by yama.
Oh yeah.
And I've get it.
Obey.
I got on trying to camp crop training strikers no be training.
Recognition. Obey cry.
Obey Okay, my main focus across. Hello, good morning, champion Miss Ruby. How are you and your crew? Please, I want more update on Trent Alexander-Arnold transfer news to Real Madrid. Otuga inside Semel and Otuga the way Ediaba. Yaka strikers our Africa continent so and me some part one more ababomodin papa especially say Ghana ko face so amana what is omu ba be bobo ni bia which means strikers we there one who ye papa omu bebo modin obo on ma one two kwan Africa here no ball bobo on so two kwan ko ball the ball strikers are what one more Africa continent so obebo omudin no ene na ye di ehho enkomo but osime should be with no doubt Osimhen is better than Asamoah Gyan because he is only international football player and even in the national duties when we compare the numbers of appearances you can boldly say Osimhen is better than Gyan. Asemu munya butiro da bia wakeka ko idie eho ya tro papa.
The pulse is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Mane!
The Sports King.
Mama for course no kakra na philosopher adwenche be na Friday share your experience with us on 0244 408 046 0244 408 046 and 0244 408 354 0244 408 354. Me fa me first caller wa say hello, good morning.
Morning.
Within baby of free. Oh, that be 0244 408 046 0244 408 046 and 0244 408 354 0244 408 354. Obetima fena Friday won so abedin komo afa strikers won so obetumi akom hasem ede ache wa hase. Now say good morning Miss Ruby. This is King Famous inside Abra Academy. My pick 1 Mohammed Abu Treka, 2 Ishmael Ado and 3 Asamoah Gyan. And also Odiwe Ede Abra Ewa Hase 0244 408 046 0244 408 046 and 0244 408 354. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning. Okay, I don't know. 0244 408 046 0244 408-354. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Me pacho di ni baby of free.
From Kweku, me Kasafi Bonkus.
Me pacho itiano pay.
Me all time African strikers, me number one is Samuel Eto'o. Number two, DJ Drogba. And number three, I think in my Emmanuel Adebayo.
Okay, Adebayo, yeah. The man himself. Okay, Miss Medas, say hello, good morning.
It's really.
Me pacho, didn't be free.
Yeah, what's your name?
Okay, what's your name? Ampa, it's you.
It's really. Me trace attackers number one, DJ Drogba. Number two, Butrika. Number three, my first I'm Jan.
Okay. All right, Medas say 0244-408-046, 0244-408-046, and 0244-408-354, 0244-408-354. Obetuma frena fe won so do adwenche e de aba on air strikers anopa yatena se a ye di wo mo ho enkomo no. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Me pacho di ni baby of free.
Me tell no abejafo. Isaac Bonku.
Okay, I keti anopa.
Me dey say work say team and as African players strikers Ghana yishia mo to sa. Me Jane e kan Samuel Eto'o.
Okay.
Any DJ Drogba. Enfenja. And Mohammed Abu Trika. But as a moja in American music kakra. Kaya 2010 year World Cup qualifiers now. Which will be as a moja she go be our own. Like so go no examine many so up to this like that time me say 8 years na 8 me and I say 10 years. As a moja she go be Christian Achu bobo no like how I baby an born a corner as a moja bobo no say no like as a moja and anka say strike dia me time on and say striker me hu no dia as a moja a different mommy me da was we no abuja
yes ya da se papa and as a moja go sa wa hye de FKK wa obu say on choose the best goal crampo na here be dey say mama fa call we na fe yan to aso. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Me pa cho den baby of free. Me pa cho my radio ne ko from kakrama e. Okay, yes you.
Ojo, me striker Asamoah me feme agugu.
Okay. All right.
Ojo ne Ghana mfomo match no start here.
Ghana mafade here.
More open more
Egypt no. Dabi. Okay. All right. Me da say 0244-408-046, 0244-408-354. Na friend also for adwen chebre na Friday na yin komo yen share ye adwen e was strikers na Africa continent so ye hu wo mo na yen ya hwe wo mo ball bo kakra. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Me pa chodi ni baby of free. Oh, okay. Mpacho yeti anope.
This week, I mean, the friend and Africa strikers America. One, I mean, DJ Drogba. Two, the master care in a Ababa. I'm not saying the fastest group. I have a care. You know, to a chest to born power you are the children. In the power of cycling, my third one, yeah, Madame Abuchika.
Okay, Meda say hello, good morning.
Salaam alaikum.
Hey, wa alaikum salam. Kom sheni.
Yeah, Miss Ruby.
Kom sheni, anapa yeti.
I'm a pretty boko. I would have a another African strikers. It's my Kennedy. I Kennedy. Miss Ruby. They are the kind of Kara. Striker. Panja word wa Africa in that striker. Martin says he is striker. The global go to Antonsa. As I'm going to go to Antonsa. Striker Papay Etu. Asia Africa, African best, on the new good or ya propensity. The African best. DJ Yoga, on the new good or ya propensity. Why the African best? Victor Australia, on the new good propensity. Why the African best? And to the new coffee as I'm waiting. Impact. Even strikers to Africa has top why the African best as I'm waiting in town. It's about the other benefit when you're here now.
Medasi Komsheni. Hello, good morning. Asa Khalifa.
Oh, Mentonka.
Oh, Asa Khalifa Antemenka.
Hello.
Asa Khalifa Mentonka, it's you. Okay. Mama Shena, Asa Khalifa. Okay. Bomadi understand bread beam na. Yentimi to us so na. Mefa be 2 calls na fe. Yedi esi na yet to me at waso et to me at the amount Kastle 90.3 FM. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Me pa chodin baby free.
Richard name is
Okay, it's you anope.
So, Mr. Munkache.
Yes, you to catch a pa.
Yes, a cat striker. Sir, well, striker be Anjawada, and I saw be Jawada, oh, yeah, best striker. Yeah, that time, the Nipanabo born any penalty bobon, and ma only a chance. But I know because of that. Your friend is saying, Emmanuel Gago. Any me refi play any almost center go beer our Africa Cup of Nations within 2000 and yeah easy cry
oja center no say go no
center asa enya go cry Emmanuel Gago any player ya your friend is simple oh and our friends are Tamajan to also fine.
Okay.
Also a striker. Ghana, the best striker we have is Tamajan.
Medase. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Obi.
Ten Hag ni.
Miss Obi Ten Hag.
Ten Hag it's you.
Miss Obi, what's a Tamajan no goes maybe and Nina Anthony. This is very interesting. This will be African soil. I mean, I grew up watching at Abojan, and I think he's one of the best. I'm a marshal personally. So a specific goals. I would be able to go lawyer and say specific goals. I mean, he's brilliant on so many goals. I mean, the goal when you're at Ghana, Nigeria, there be Angela born da. To me, 10 Bobon Bofomino. This will be he's one of the best at marshal. And South Africa, it's a Benny McCarthy was a video man. Also, not yet bad. Watching him wasn't bad at all.
Man, you for goalkeeper, friends, a striker's trainer, no?
This will be, yes, this will be. Now, Bethany Martins.
Okay.
Also, not yet bad cry.
Okay.
But Samuel Eto'o was a leader in Africa, urban Africa, goal social. Did you do my shadow who goes with African soil? On Europe, and I am with yes, Miss Benjamin.
May I say, okay, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby. Mpacho Isaac Bonkus Nyan Masa Fredium. Mpacho unkom se ni no na small can say asamojan ye can strikers or more maji like award and I can. No no onimbo apatikimbumba. Our boy. Na asamojan ankasa baby ono kubo on the ball. Now Sunderland go awase even not like advertiser like go awase. And no crime, my says, or Segua, as I was a count of clan. Like, no, we just got the headache, Edmanu. It has a modern on Okobo Pesca.
Uncle Jitroff, Uncle J. Award.
You are talking at the air cash trackers.
Okay.
On the boy, Africa. Like, oh, Casabia award. No award, yeah, striker. Striking as I'm the
okay.
If you have a Messi Craboni, Ronaldo, Crabba, some more. Now, I say.
Okay, Medas, okay, all right, the Bahana Rapia Power, the first segment, so now, yet to me, okay, Asa Khalifa.
Ghana's best female sports presenter, a host and a commentator. How are you? He always want to sound controversial, what I said, because pass and Roger and Dia. I almost say we have a lot of strikers on how we see the game, what I said, but share one hour with this outside. I ran somebody to the Toba and that's some time. And some now, Cassa, as some other goes, I watch and want to share. As some other cut to the best go to see a kind of thing. Go now in the US, extra time, wake up, no, I'm telling you, what a striker go. Mother, until the was ready, I say, Obiaka was
Medase, Asha Khalifa, the taxi driver. All right, Yabahana, Yaba, Amanon, Common Munia Babaji, and Commona, send FKK, Wiki Muna, was be a hand, and you know. So, Copa the refiner and Ancelotti, I pay na ade na fa Madrid ko ho a yeah ever go say
me ha many that we
so Copa del Rey fa Madrid ko ho hey na se Madrid be ko trophies on
yeah say La Liga no
La Liga and still am so 4 points am go so FM ani
o aba mo ti o mo drop it up mo hu yo o so mo win there but a quite normal fast winning game so simple. Be a first half and match almost from so almost see a struggle. Yes, almost struggling. It's just a matter of time. So
okay.
But yeah, caught trophyless down.
And the first time
it's possible that Barca can also go trophy this
season. Of course.
It is very possible.
It's
possible.
Including the league.
It's possible. Sorry, football.
It's possible there, yeah. That's possible there, it's possible.
Tell me, maybe I'm watching this.
To go trophyless.
League no
71.
Champions League.
Only Barcelona.
Into a coach kept
Abuakem. But Marty, your sports minister, and some no. Also, Blasters winning World Cup. Oba arrange first class flight. Na players in their far Ghana district be ani agi ani, you know. Oze. Oh, na Blasters akwaji year World Cup.
Okay, Black Stars.
Aye. Say Black Stars akwaji World Cup abokroma. No na better 5 days here holiday obi akwaduma.
Let me say that's more kind. I know him say you're realistic, but I'm say for next 100 years. As of now can. That's so we'll get you closer. Eh, say 210.
Aye.
If you are there na see. You bet me a Saba there, but do you team ni said you see boy bro. If you cry now sports minister, no no way. That I'm no way. Then a chess will be at that time kono wa bemu and
2026 World Cup I be koi.
Now what qualify you?
You qualify.
Also, I said Ghana one of those countries now you qualify more than that.
Hey, I want for him say qualify you.
So, say no we are no the pressure cut to team so yeah na ye kwaji be call group stage cry any Korea cry bo ani ebre. Omunya botre.
Also you first class Osman. Yeah, bad district bia.
Ombe chip free in so abisi asase so kra mo en ye fan. Omunjai side.
You qualify nie. Yeah, dey be si na. Ya sha Madagascar ne child, ya say the Ghana for nyina gidie no. Apeja koso nti no. Ya be gie ni, but the Blasters we ko the World Cup there. And those man, enye ya be gie adwuma.
Obi anu nyo but if come and it is possible. The last time AFCON ye call final.
Final to mine no.
Ya njimpo, ya be na bazen.
E my car.
It's a check cast is my place. Yes, it's a check cast is more. Imagine ke kwaji trophy na. You come at this up and there.
Oh, I will do every Ghana.
The Corona ma Black Stars. Ya kwajia. World Cup na konya AFCON.
World Cup.
Adam, yan kasa ba AFCON kra, indi AFCON nkomo. And Sakra near the World Cup.
World Cup AFCON one qualified.
And I make us say ye trophy bia. Say realistically, we because Ghana you don't know kakra bi obetimi agia. Hey, AFCON.
Of course.
I say no kra na team qualify.
Okay, I'll say no giant for
I'm so there you papa.
Okay, the best striker is George Oponwia Uncle Paul, me Uncle Paul, so on my account, man. Obeke be my na Uncle Paul that's on my account. Uncle Paul on my account, and you know, I draws my papa.
I'm not jumping on Muslim. No, I'm running. Come on.
I do dance out, man. Aquaman on it. Let's say, Asamoah should have been suitable for any position within the football system, but since all activities in the country has been politicized, it would be impossible for the government of the day to appoint him in a situation where the government that will pay his. Oh, okay. Are you sure? Oh, so GFA on the Kenya na. Say GFA, okay. Say GFA has more fast Samoah as the goalkeeper's trainer, the strikers coach now. Next year, bet you the car. The money will come from the government.
Yes.
You say, I was just as Adam Samoah as the only NDC for line in tea. Say for the cast, I'm coach.
This guy will be out to clever cadet. He was invited into. I will get expertise. No matter nowadays, it's a part to be here, man. No, motion wasn't very big, but about me, IBBR. I mean, or a consultant, he will go. I know quite quick, more as 1 year. The same person came out. Maybe the reason why, where you know where from me. And the last time a president question blasters.
No,
I saw how one president in common. Every other president in Yajin and Bonimu. By Impocro starting Metanasi. Ghana had a politics, diabolic. Last time one called Bonyum, NDC peace, is it Victory Party? What first Stoneboy? NDC grassroots in there. Stoneboy, no one campaign been to know 1 year. See, as some more than
no
problem.
Debbie.
Then I said, who President Kwekwosia.
Hey, comment.
Pictures come out to me.
Comment.
It tells us that there is unity amongst us.
Comment and this picture and ask us.
I watch Sabi. Makasa be say
50.
Yamaya dream me makasa. Somebody for now church now. Come on, na yewe no. Omodomu ho. Between omo say all day. NPP and NDC na between them omo ye lovers omo ye adofo but omo ba bontene be throw in into the public thinking say ye atamfo ni but also omo wi a sa pictures na komu kotwa kire na wo say ye ma ya adwene emre fie ni ehu say ye nya atamfo after election ye wi a omo na wo say move on but I say they also can victimization is anoma no. You are said the nyoma bi koko said the say the wo abamu no nyoma bi obeye abi against the past government no ebia obi bi solid crowd say or de chichire no no twena so a na no so aye politicization eno ani ade a omoye nti sensakra ebi beba sampani for na so no mo twetwa mfonyini fa nkyere keke said the no osman eken obi ahu bi and people were saying say mo guase anamoko mo be appointment kra no be paper president pabo ahun kra unya bi be ko nsoma president kra unya bi but what was ehi otan ene ya wunti no ene ya say color bia obi ewo no uni sa color ninti no e wo say bibia obi be free mu aye bia no enya wo fe wo yesa na obenya pressure o blood pressure no e be kosoro because omo de bia within them on be check contract afa on be free from ho ombe tutu omonfo ombe ko have dinner together, they will dine together, ombe be beer together. Oh there no benefit na dey.
Okay.
Yes I dey no Jan on any day if any hiana so mo ready. So mo adwen wo so said ye tie ye kan say ye striking force no enye papa se wo gide o jam mu say obana so betime adwuma ma Black Stars na kwa ni ma why not me nye sure say obi abe prevent some move way.
Okay, incoming, good morning. Why are you always on FKK? I'm not always on FKK. Tell your boy then like inside Addis Adel. FKK on. Whatever, I'm fancy her. As a person, just as a no, as a nania dinibi, like as an or akumabi a dinibina. We all suffer in the game of football. We all suffer. But all suffer now. No, or person hiding on who been as a. Awa upa ma Madrid na afibia ya control flex da into control flex enye obwa me am choose FKK obwa.
The real sports is here.
Lawyers caught in no man's land. It's Marley.
Kastle FM. The Sports King. The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
Okay, yabani akọ amano ne kakra bi na say Osman Day Jamie Vardy aba what is Jamie Vardy aba
of course
na de wan so buy
Champions League
Champions League bay
the new changes are you for watch there obezon
Arsenal
can complain the announce then the Champions League na top 8 no kan hu bi na fe orbo quarter finals semi finals as a team no quarter do ahina no go away
first
right this our conversation for what UEFA for what no okobobu ho I don't know the merit of it no so if it makes sense is that but no pay much fake
of course yeah no ko for ntebrofo na se yasem muti be na brofo no something which is there brofo no obviously can be 5 times on ntebrofo na se brofo simple brofo you see the first 8 you know wow obedi can wow be first 8 you know obebo second leg you know na ko for Osman Wahidie pacha wa wanti ase bia obechechim e de ama ye ba na fe ye ba be din komo ewo amano ne senu kakra bi ye ba fie because coach Maso Kunadu gusu I compare South Africa League to Ghana League you know na FKK this time round here are dangerous was it even their second side division you know first division you know better than Ghana Premier League ye ba be ka sansem no with other interesting stories ya gbabo ano nya no ye de ba
when I dey home and want something quick to chop. Everything there inside, groundnut milk and sugar. I only need some water. So kiss made easy, yo. Give carry make eat a bio. Chop am anywhere. Eat a bio. Give carry for your office. Boarding house. Give carry everything there inside, groundnut milk and sugar. I only
Kivo 4-in-1 Gary Mix. Easy. This advert is FDA approved.
Ghana, moye kradwana. Game pack Jibako agudi animo ayekasiye. Every 26 times, ekosi 30 times. Jibako anase anai. Ewo 3 daily draws ni. Na ubenya free 2 Ghana cedis bonus. Bobby, na cash out kasiye pa. Na shasiye e bonus siya. Enye mawana wondi ifye edu watching.
Kastle FM 90.3.
Clean with cozy and comfortable beds, a gym and swimming pool for your recreation and relaxation, and the food. Buffet served every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, alongside fast foods like sandwiches, pizzas, and pancakes. That is simply delicious. Ridge Royal Hotel offers you the best half and full day conferencing packages. Indeed, that's a perfect experience for you in the Asian's capital, Cape Coast, and my go-to place anytime, any day. Visit ridgeroyalhotel.com.gh on the web or call 031-2003-222 or 050-1672-908 for more. Ridge Royal Hotel, richly inviting and comfortably yours.
Kwame Shani Moti Beto, GD say, ever farm and now for phone a cheetah for you now. Or the best way for bet influencer. And your best one the fufra. I brought you the code no. It's me money yesika. Course do chichen no chesika do obenya. Obia bet me a bet influencer. We a the fufro cra e di kan e wo yasa for bet way. I say shisha kakra wo ho. Gaming Commission of Ghana Sashas here. Won you fear no chi a enko ho. Betting no nyansem.
The real sports is here.
Neuer's caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
Kastle 90.3 FM, Sunny Robert Mensah Sports. Any day, someone. It's 57 minutes past 7. You better sorry, so no, Konokai said 9 a.m. And I show no. You better end in until no. You want the America crowd. You might be room crab. A few minutes, I want on Instagram. We are. You better also what the other local stories. Nimunia the amount. At the under 15 for tournament. You go so I cost Ghana qualify semi-finals. You want some yeah, the ebeba any other interesting stories are hanum say okay Osman
yeah Miss Ruby
I'm on kakra
Ruby my queen and you UEFA Champions League and you know board is enyina yehwe ball ni bi enyina ya teach a lot of dynamics and other changes are your kodo in competitions yenye na yeta hwe and competition bia na ne rules and regulations and how I will see what will be and the championships across Europe and especially England no in Spain. We are first 2 teams automatically will qualify by Premier League now 4 teams in Kaina Wakano Wakobo playoff no wa qualify na waba but Ghana had the any format no ya church in division 1 clubs into 3 zones season player 4 first 2 no automatic qualification now second 2 that is zone 3 for no wa group A group B winners no abobona won so wa qualify by Ghana Premier League
eh dey 1-1-1 o wa better play zone bia o na ba not zone no mienu abo na ba ko aba
it obia na ne format last year se be kai ye ho UEFA Champions League was in Baby Bay there the away goal rule na we use for a long time no we ye film na ebo match am obese most goals no and wa qualify honum but this year start no the new Champions League format of the league phase no and I was by ya buy a good eye yeah the maiden edition no whoever is going to win but in the course of the competition no there were certain growing concerns after semi-finals pairing obey no clubs are what the top 8 no now be move you there say top 8 was seed 1 more than preferential treatment because you started competition no and I hear I league face mo boy mo boni and a top teams no be top 8 in home and I was seeding for the round of 16 no but then the second game no after you kwakobo no clubs are kwakobo ya nhon mom wakotodo outside of the top 8 no e be mun your opportunity to go away first okoba ndamana wo feel there it is a disadvantage to those clubs now wako away first na dey bia wo home first or outside of the top 8 no so that has brought an issue Arsenal was the reforms in bia akoma ye for the one shame na one team na one consider with other clubs na when you waja to me there but na wo no it should be about preferential treatment based on obiani achievements obotum na wenya in the league format na war bono until there are 3 considerations ye for no obetina format they are going to consider. 1 what's there this time round say what about Champions League next season na say you do the knockout stages now you have a boy na say bia team CB obe a cap tied away no why draw home match na kwa draw one but extra time bia biu but then straightforward no obo go into penalties because already no the season no fixtures near congested all them now all my players no bre into about 90 minutes na say we are yeah, I'm by extra time 30 minutes beyond fun can be but straightforward, about penalties now for you way to not work on him. Or fetch this point when Ruby, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes when you're using more players, and when you do that extra time, you can clearly see the players, most of them, they are worn out. But in this case, there can be other scenarios. The ABA could do the extra time now. There can be more changes. They can consider all
of course. That's an yes, sir. Yes. No, be a 1-1 be or extra time.
Maybe they can also consider. And I say, a crown years in command the top 8, which I'm that guy on the clubs about the top 8, the moment I will qualify to the quarterfinals and the semi-finals, a Quanibiado, one boss second league no won't fee. In this case, you can ask about PSG, and second league room quarter could Emirates Stadium. No one can first leg and cast and quite way first. But will be sometimes you feel that it is inconsequential because Bola in your Arsenal quarterfinal so both your first. But to come about of
course,
it's all football.
I mean him home away I say now the camp away first. Okay, now ko hu the besi 2 baraba pepper between. But why don't you prepare and go and do it? Now we have it now. Let's say.
But clubs if you there the advantage I come there. Team ball first war
away no.
Because obe fie na obonya the supporting base na wa ye
obi adi ka okwa we na ye ko gu fo a ogata wo be fie be Madrid fo kwa we ko gu ni tri na me be fie abe ye remo nye na amfe ndi nya we abekwa sebo o de mo kwai
I wanted to me feel there no me we kakra but then this is the changes our clubs so what pere woji to me da won fa nya djuma and after so we there say be possible before quarter finals no my club be from the same country on konko hye wo ho today Bayern Munich no nye Leverkusen
almost round of 16 no
round of 16 memo won share
okay
league phase won share round of 16 memo won share
okay
the quarter finals no semi finals
no master tier
yes so wotum na we share but before this na wo frede bia wontum na won hwem na e wono so won yin film so these are the 3 things you have for betene form they are going to consider there at least they are going to pass that member way no maybe next season some of these changes are obekodo in the Champions League Inti abokɔ na ya atwen ya hwe Mensah manyama no obetum na obekɔ hɔnom. Now Ruby, Abrenta wɔ no ye Cesc Fabregas. Yen nyina ye hu Abrenta we in the Italian Serie A this season. Na ehwe komofo na adwuma club we why this season in the Serie A na oyaza wombozimbo no osunywa. It is all because of a certain Cesc Fabregas okofo team no onye wonu ye adwuma no no simpo ne mbozimbo no wetum na wasunywa. Inti na mnyu kase say ehwe ye the Serie A table na this time round no komofo oyaza in terms of their points build up no one so to my bomb was na in the what the mid table and wasn't one okosir and they are doing very very well honum and then you know say yerka yabaka a certain coach ojina dugout no and then they adwuma wetum na waya and wasn't one wetum na wasunwa and that is why yes says Fabregas until they come of yerka on asemi league table no or the 12th position 39 points and away to na wafa 33 matches we win 10 while but draw 9 and away lose 14. But then, in terms of Jumana Waya, no compared to the senior clubs and them qualify in the Serie A, no the Jumana way to Waya na clearly, but when I rent out from SS Fabregas, no, and wasn't born your team no wabono or yazo tumna or was honum. Ruby, we've seen a lot of former players, they've gone into football administration and other coaching technicalities one. But Brenana one career no akwa bibia or one my own shadara on senua. When you can say probably you may want to talk about when Rooney mo, Postcoast mo, Gary Neville mo, they tried as an aye, Thierry Henry mo, they went into coaching. Or quite quiet. I didn't Sadara 1-4 honum. Xavi won the Spanish La Liga with FC Barcelona. I mean, he was there. Thiago Motta qualified Bologna by. Or for Juventus no. We've seen how he's been struggling with honum. Couple of other players are ex-players. I know when you born the ball, but in terms of coaching no. We have not seen them, but some others too in the coaching job. No, a Juma warrior no, he didn't want this to anyone. And a typical example, probably you mentioned Mikel Arteta. Shejuma in recent times, no way to na why. If you must go good, I want to warrior Juma no. One wasn't born in Sada and Yabba. Pep Guardiola, he was a former player. Shejuma to na all year, but the recent ones no, and a young Sada young one year. It is says Fabregas no. Ruby, a question needs to me no. I brand our phone all year. Alex Vilmo. Esha ye Nico pass from formerly of Real Madrid. Esha rent from oye Asani Diawuma. These are youngsters when you want to juma. They able to get oye that man needed results now go here. So in terms of new coaching, as a boy na chada he's a quality no so nembazin post football no otum na also nyua. This season, a lot of the interest no what besides Fabregas no home. Na ebasha club our friend oye RB Leipzig. This is a young koye once was one coaches na say. But I face what should in the summer no, they are going to get a new coach and he will come into the frames no. Now faith will tumna wa baba yeduma no. And one of those or yet names are what considered directly when you says Fabregas says in commode. Sankobe ye too many more from yeduma. Yeah, so young project no. It is about him, but from na yenyu 1 year. But na kaba for Leipzig team no. Na ke tuma bona ke juma no wa ye. But Fabregas setting what dream no. I feel that this is the time and also starting the coaching career. In fact, this season no. While no home was in the Serie A, about to make secure the team no off relegation zone no, and after so about to make another experience here be the kanwa, and go bottom nanka while going to the time about move with the about no. Now I can't pay any job no, then clearly I want to ask way to know why ready to know. And he's planning that I'm contract and other the conversations are RB Leipzig for no. He's going to bluff it off now if you to what na honum. Now next season no on you come off with to know why you to be okay okay nyim na so ze mana no so obotu no we move on na wa hwena na career no we tum na wa akona nyim to be I feel that it is one of those best decisions Abrenta for no says Fabregas no we tum na we take for me menye ya adwene ho no no kudos to him. Now yembra oye football players transfers ni bi Abrenta for no oye Dean Huijsen ye nyina ye nyim no sina kan ze ma oye Bournemouth for honum. Now this season, stock to rise out to the extent there. He's been linked to a lot of the clubs in England and then outside of England. The Spanish national team recently only made him call up the quality is never in doubt. And actually age are less than 23 years of age. Now ball to more bono. Clearly BB the Bournemouth for this season say rare in the summer. Antoine Semenyo, couple of others so honum Kakezimu. Actually, the upfront players in Vanilsi, they are going to be players. Most of the big clubs they would want to come in for their signatures of honor. Now, Brenton and should be and inquiries of honor. Most of the clubs are trying their best there. this Spanish international way no obotum na wahwe na wasan and so far no according to reliable sources no Fabrizio Romano ochema Chelsea fu no we could make a concrete offer. Liverpool for when you was there at least once one defensive pair now they would want to build it for the future. And at that age of 21 years, you know, so a rent of din white no. So a best team nim, not so bad boy na. No but to na wa can ask now so once we to me room na. At least once we try one best the botum na once a car rent na we to na wa signing. Real Madrid they've also openly shown their interest that Brenton when you now over signing. And our face to Bayern Munich. So it means that these are the 5-year monstrous clubs obiara preda Brenton our friend or din white no. Obotum na wa signing. Now when you can say enquiries to my kodama in the release clause of Oye Din Hoytin will be Oye £50 million now. Was that to Brent and the contracting. Now interestingly no, Oye has a bond muffin because we're a small club into no, they think and act like a small club. It was a 3 installment packages no, and I was out to a Brent and any club Obotum sign the play in the piano. Obana so but down £50 million now. Bet Chesicana outright. Imo be change them into 3 installments no na da club no wa bebetua and na nkofo hu the man will say it is not onya bibi oyehu there all these clubs are coming in because and Karubi such a player ne quality ote dem no nka jiska bi azo to no mo na epe wuska no once ejibi na aye free but once am da installment no it means there's a clubs no ba when they come in with that favorable terms of payment na it means bomb of obotum na wajatum. But I feel that because of the talent and the quality of one, it is very clear that Brent, he is definitely going to get a suitor in the summer way, he would move on. And then for me, these big clubs are happening in Nano. Obianya Brent now pay, especially Chelsea, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and these are clubs that make one central defensive pen. 1 year players I was on in the future, no bottom was on ball. So I want to see how this particular transfer saga would also end for a year at Brent for a year Dean Hoytson. Now Manchester United, and then after the baby come over there. United for one priorities for the summer no, or attacking midfielder and a centre forward. Now centre forwards ni bi wo one players won come most of them no Ruby one boys and one shut down so and that is very clear you nyina wa hade. Na no pam you can say confirmation of stories of fee or France or by in there say Ekole Hava. There is an 18-year-old striker what friend Enzo Cannabiyik or 18 years of age. Then we play away in Manchester United when you're in there. So if possibly, so we to mark for Lenny Euro as a central defender or about 18 years of age, ball or bono commitment level, you more tomorrow, you know. Say if it is possible, the bottom why they made you mano. Actually, FC Barcelona, they have a 17-year-old Lamine Yamal, Pau Kubasi 18 years of age. One about to one madam numbers now. Echo Arsenal. Mas Luis Kelly Ofia Academy, 18 years of age, or tomorrow, but Italy one nearly 17 years. No so good tomorrow, but or tomorrow goes in the Premiership. I was no actually say for 18 years old, as nobody with him home. Now say I'm no confidence. I'm more growing to the team and not want to no humble. Until they say, and Ruben Amorima, he loves to work with unknown players. Players are what potentials no, but what your future that you to know why you don't work on any. These are players he would love to work with them. Until they Brenta were from Enzo Cannabiyik no, then they wash it out Brenta to my and the penal mission start. Senior team no answer that you be with the have honum. Nemo academy no and otum na obobi honoma. The performance or tumna or sir. It's a Manchester United supporters now wash a day. Obotuma sign or your prolific strikers no. Coach in the field they be 18 years old you know. So I don't know can team no one obotum na wa already Chido Obi wo honoma no so boy all trying the best day. Obotum na obey you man until them transfer when Ruby so about how Obotum na obeko na yetumi akwa any mo honum tino. This will be for the transfers you know. Ruby my last pick for the stories you know. Abrenta wo for no Jamie Vardy. And under that Otum na ozi announcement by there. After 13 years of football with Leicester City and at the age of 38 years you know. In the say a real season na ozi ne career with Leicester City no. Ozi be we into curtains you know. Or as about close to honum now our tabunum na afei Leicester City no to no you want engagement so that the new coach or and the new team no we to na want to why you money because this is a team one ma this guy that my lifeline no what about one was when you be adwuma na nyama konkan za mo na kase when you na wo ho and in fact in terms of achievements na Brent Obey no onye club na nya bi wo honom but Ruby Jamie Vardy ne career and na brabo no for me it fascinates me a lot and anopa we me pade tell fa we tell nya ahwefa wo hwe nyina no yenye won share Jamie Vardy no story kakra na ebre bia rebo wa brabom stage bia area wa dwen ode maybe 28 years maybe 29 years mo 32 mo 35 years kaba this time come our come esimo dan come wo makasin come bra mo bon come komanyima enkonse na me Ruby de bia me come catch me bibi tutumo for there and am dey shamu nkran there abrabo na ye bono life is an express road or today yenya ye nam highway do ebotum ababa pamo na akọ ebotum ababa sinimo ho ebia we go slow but you definitely get to your destination ebia we go slow no anhwe ne ye ya ebia no business speed no ababa ball na enya accident na ewu ebi so botu no the speed no ababa sin we kwekwo destination hwe rinsi ebi so with that top speed no ababa sin we kwekwo accident awe go slow no ba koto no kwan no impakwu when your accident that is life for you. Jamie Vardy is one of those guys in football talking about started up rising in somewhere around making a debut in the Premiership 2014-2015 season at the age of 27 years. Bisamonda Okobanda the player Otidemi now making a debut in the Premier League at the age of 27 years. It is only because Abraham career no one start here or starting a career with Sheffield Wednesday. I want to feel supported our club no. At the age of 16 years, and a boy in the Sheffield Wednesday, waja no kwanda masabo na enyumubo into near to me enyimu nyedwuma bio. Into around 2005, Jamie Vardy had to take a decision there. Sabo na mo njema, monko nko pedwuma bi na monko nkoye another monko nko su edwuma bi wo honom. Into Brentford no at the time ana obabo no or combining the football no with all working in a factory. Into there as a carbon fiber factory when you want to edwuma as a technician. And our face will do baby sumpo no a coal factory on your edwuma in a week no and I will try to call £30 or honum. I mean, or you're very much interesting. A player now or what is it that born motu mababo now at that tender age no now bo me to me bu because na clubs no bono obi afuro nyim born bon to wotum na woja no kwan na Brent no onko nko so maybe don phone count but he still didn't give up and just a born na anye ya fa mana. Damn factory work no obey no zaman. Ruby, that is the winning mentality. Me feel that obi biaro ti anopa we no you should have in your life. Adi biari adwuma biari no for we refreshim. Na mo wodo baby na say feel that pada diverter. Mary na wo jisu o no men je wo hono especially so your talent fight on etum na akowoni mo hono. 2006-2010. Abrente baby nya nan league team. Our from our Stockbridge Park Steels. Onyon kwa boy about 88 games. And otum na oisho 40 goals or honum. Fast forward, he moved on to Halifax Town. I want to about 37 matches. Osha 26. Them teams are can was him no. Then you know non-league teams or honum. After 2011-2012, and like about Fleetwood Town. No so Osha 31 goals. So you can clearly see that from 2010 is Benin now Brent and stock now started or rise or honum, but Ninano not about non-league football. On your professional football. Until after 2012 no, and Leicester City buyer what signed with all £1 million. Around that time no, he was the most expensive player of Bonan League at Leicester City. What signing for £1 million or honum. Now me should be signing for Leicester City no. The rest has become history. And then you know you Brent and the career while Boza Moye Leicester City now. Obiani Mjumezia oba no wetum na wa bebezi wo honum. Na you know beka yenwa. Leicester City team of year 2015-2016. Abenson only the attacker wotum na wo ye adwuma no. Nti abeka da mo team na. Na your Kasper Schmeichels in the goal post. Wes Morgan, Robert Hoods, Danny Simpson, and Abrenta for year Fuchs. Eko finfin ho no na. Danny Drinkwater, Ngolo Kante. We had Mahrez on the wings and then Mike Albrighton. And after the attacking front no. Shinji Okazaki and Jamie Vardy. These were the players our boy at Leicester City. From the Division 1 and another championship I won the league in 2014. 2 years later, now when you Arsenal compete for the Premier League, no, now we to my Arsenal watch the Premier League with this one now. That time, now Manchester City League will be, Liverpool will be, Chelsea will be or honum. But yes, still, this were the clubs are Leicester City football was now. What to now watch the league and what if you want some. In that season, be our ball on our bad or honum. Fast forward, they went into the Champions League round of 16. Jamie Vardy with no experience as a boy or honum. Now Ruby afterwards interestingly Sabasha or the baby now key players in Yano be up baby or pesika obiara ko trophies wa akwaje no this same Jamie Vardy guy no ye na adwen de ekwani biado ono obetena nti N'Golo Kante ko Chelsea Danny Drinkwater ko Chelsea Riyad Mahrez ko Pesca of Manchester City ko win trophies ohonom Kasper Schmeichel so do baby no je team ohonom ko nanyim ohonom I mean a host of other players but Jamie Vardy ye na adwen de ekwani biado obestay na wetum na wa abo team no na edwuma no wetum na wa akwaye ohonom na Ruby say ahwe ne achievement a Brentford wa ye in the league na for me feel that he's a standout performer for club award from Oye Leicester City or Honum. In the 494 matches and I watched 198 goals. I mean it is very much interesting in the career with Oye Leicester City. Premier League no just one FA Cup and a one championship trophy well qualify only one win or Honum. Now personally personal accolades onye as a player with Leicester City no. In the year 2019-2020 Premier League Golden Boot no ono to more win or the oldest player to na origin that particular trophy no. Now Premier League player of the season 2015-16 Abenton Tumoji o this another honum and a player of the month no 4 times and to na origin honum and a football writers award no so player of the year 2015 no o to na origin honum. Now Ruby interestingly Sasha Abenton for no year Jamie Vardy since making his debut in the Premier League no he's the third player who has the most goals for honum.
Wow.
And was 143 goals. Harry Kane was 210 goals.
Okay.
And Mohamed Salah was 182 goals for honum. Inti they no so interesting. Now yeah Premier League now we always talk about strikers and players that will be great the Premier League. One boss in boss Swenyua. And ya met Cristiano Ronaldo Perubi, you don't even want to check his numbers. But because Nizi not attach me feel there. Oh Premier League no boy he was super fantastic for honum. But some catch of the Jamie Vardy were numbers than Cristiano Ronaldo.
In terms of goals?
Yes, in terms of goals.
Oh, okay.
Now, on your uncle Cristiano Ronaldo was swinging them out bonizin. Nicolas Anelka, Premier League, Mabo Barginizin, or 125 goals. Dwight York, Manchester United, or 123 goals. Romelu Lukaku, 121 goals. Didier Drogba, Cristiano Waji in the Premier League, 104 goals.
Okay.
And Otumabo in the Premier League. Cristiano Ronaldo, 103 goals. Ruud van Nistelrooy, 95 goals. Dennis Beckham, 87 goals. Fernando Torres, 85 goals. Luis Suarez, 69 goals.
Okay.
And I'm telling you that Jamie Vardy starting the career in the Premier League no at the age of 27 years. But Osinamu Kofu the number of goals are watching in the Premier League.
Wow.
That should tell you the guy we are talking about. And to me should be Yambana Bado.
Papa Carpenter.
Yes, then all can answer when also you're there. Or the team in the championship and was about Premier League. But yet I'm a history in na. But in the overjet no honor.
Osado Makwashasio. Say one and four mumra. Okay, all right, Osman.
8 years, we're paying due to Leicester City, and I feel there 2 years now working on, and so far yet today Saudi Funo.
Uncle say Uncle
at least 1 season pa. And Ruby me feel that Yambana bad for you man away to Nawaya no.
All right.
He chose the opportunity over the Kwako Pisca. In the me assure that Riyad Mahrez City for one legend sir. Yambonizin N'Golo Kante was a good footballer, but Chelsea legend sir. But in the Jamie Vardy, so you about the legends of Leicester City, there is no way we can run in the front because 13 years Ruben numbers and bars you 198 goals. I pray and hope there. Work a 4 matches to the end of the season. Or too much tour.
Okay.
Milestone 200 goals and watch was a club no.
All right. Me da say Asma the Venga na mama nyi we for na fe yan to so say please tell Real Madrid players that we the investors have invested in them come Saturday against Barca, so they shouldn't let us down. Though the vim is not there, but due to the money on them, how much is one, Osman? What Madrid odds? Almost not so. I say almost due to the money on them. Into almost cash shaman with the shaman and shadi. Dorinda check mammy has said, "Bibi, no check of phone has said, oh, next one I will check one Madrid odds." Every guess. Oh, says can you bless and open me out. Oh. When him said the party when I didn't answer about the BBI to Miss FKK, BBI to Miss, especially Madrid Master the BBI to missing. But almost a question of Keko, minimum for Padia Cassia, no dear, 20, no dear che. A baby has FKK, no soon. Ah, what can I say FKK? Ah, Oh, who said no super? Obedi chesa ketwa hopo on packet. Oh, ketwa of keke on packet for packet. O di kese na chesa anapa na je afide o na onya accident.
3.11.
You see?
And about 2.2.
Adam, two more pesika kase.
He said at the 100 good.
When you're 300 plus something,
1,000. And I'm 3,000.
Ne bukemwa. Antino, because of the money on them, no, our hope is in them, especially the workers at Bemba Total Filling Station. And okay, greetings to John. Okay, John. Hi to John. Hi to Kingsford, Ivy, Michael, Stephen, David, Afi, and Harriet. Okay. Now say, please advert my club for me. If any billionaire in Saudi Arabia will come and buy, will come and buy. Also, what is this players Man United chasing? Look at our top scorer in the league, Bruno with 8. So go and buy Osman. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, you are saying no. Hey, United, no wonder you are 14th. Penning inside Bemba Total Filling Station all the way Eddie Abba. More Persimmon, no, man you for Persimmon. Ada Gule is the most successful youngest player in the world. I'm Vinny, Atanka for Matiman Kebi, and the striker I like best is Kylian Mbappe Luton. All right. Okay, I'm in trainer. Okay, all right. I'm here. I'm bolded. I mean, Mincho. Okay, all right. Nana Kobra baby, of course. Over to Menka. Yama Fiena Femedin come over the remaining local stories. The
real sports is here.
Lawyers caught in no man's land. It's Marley!
Kastle FM. The Sports King.
Yantua Sunafe, Yanko Kastle 90.3 FM, Robert Mensah Sports. Yadema is 24 minutes past 8. Yanfa few local stories, no, and to the Nafe, Yentumimrana, Yemedi, and Komowa ha. Yankwa, ora enim kujo, and I say Nimado. Kane executive committee member, and a Wakasano. Yakwa to Abano, Enimado, or Lucia Abano. Nana say that in a home sense. No be Kasaya, or say. Ye used to referee do Ghana had the year executioner. I a small referees be momuko dibo tianko for. I can't send me charging in po. Nan knife cake and for eka can say. Abana ya tree no Lucian because eka makase my lunch and event say a referee policy. Catch them young no. Or no rocket he was the vice. Or no rocket the crackers and tafo ataniata. And then Natanya Tadi and Kekoto Abana Sata Winia. Not turning to me Winia, yet tinny free, but because nurse he was working. So a man for a did this say a racket to Krekuna. Oh, yeah, dear me, Tianoa, a Lucia. I suddenly on to me never be and castle racket, but Nancy also on a relationship meant to say first, you know. But there be a yes, FK, and me here watching me here, then they own to me tree. And there be a see no racket in here, and Bionuntina. On an Enkasana, but I wouldn't commodity.
Met Kate at Yakubu's wedding. I met him at another place. We spoke, and I remember he was telling me that I'm his junior brother, so for him, we spoke. In life, sometimes somebody will want to do something on his own. Somebody will want to show you that they don't need you at a point when they will need you at some point. Elections in Tamale was a declaration. It wasn't an election that it was a declaration that so the ESCO I lost. It is what it is. I lost. Assuming without admitting that it was orchestrated by the boss to make sure I'm out. What did he get?
And what did he get? And he said, no cross or racket, and a man who said, I didn't racket in a free moon. And there's all good in the baby, and I didn't know. Only don't mean Kastle racket, and a man who see a election. But at an papa before election FKK. Now, no trust or do. Oh, can someone find misstretching Huntino. A man for whom say be a Nuntina. A man mafia will be comb, but or says a racket in a ya. So, today no your free. Then will be your free. Tino. But I say, World Cup no ya koya no kasamoja nko bi paja nko bebo because ya draw we mpona Uruguay we group mu no o se nka jan nko bi o gidi say Jan no ayi ni free blasters ni mo no utumi say enkofo bi otan bi ni ahoye bi e na Jan nemre nanso because Jan started ball blasters at a very young age nena enkofo de tiny ade na wache but nanka enyemre wo senke Jan ye pia no free blasters ni mo.
Let's who say Asamoah, you know Asamoah is not old. As of 17, so that's what confuse people because they think, oh, Ache won't do. No, because he started early. We did that to him. It was one of the bad things we did as a nation. Those who did the agenda and those who made sure it won't work and those who use their, we know how people do these things, but they've done Ghana a big disservice because you look at the marketing side of it. Imagine Asamoah a press conference, whatever, to sell Ghana. He wears something Ghana's cool, whatever, and we promote it. And he talks about the game, what he's going to do. And it's all over the world. And everybody, because that faithful penalty, that particular penalty is in the eyes and the minds of everybody. And now Ghana is going to play against Uruguay again. And Suarez is in. Don't you think if FIFA will even like to hold a press conference with Asamoah and Suarez on the same table?
And you know, said the first we Jan film na koye last World Cup ko bi pana Suarez in Poba boy so and start bi no 21 nka Jan so 21 ma ka ba wo be blow baby anti no dia ne de ekwan fast for yi ni film no asa omo se wache but o starting temtia ba se do kan no so no gidi se obesre oru around dia be mo asama kan ni nani abrepa yan strikers need to meet your goals enti Jan eben wo mo cause guys no mo hina no o say omo hwe Jan pa mo tie na asem de okono mo kase say obia ye din tie Jan nsem no say Jan baba ye omo strikers coach a ogidi say goals are ebo blasters no ebe pia ba
these boys especially the attack Semenyo and Inaki they worship, they idolize Asa. So imagine he have been a session because we've realized that sometimes the goals will not be coming. And the world of football is changing. A lot of clubs now have strikers coaches. I will use this platform to plead with the authorities, the ministry, the FA leadership, Dr. Randiabi, my senior. When it comes to management committee, he is one of the most successful, I can tell you.
I know I am Sama Ranadin at Nim Ado, one also at the Atudra. Yade ama etiefo jumadi no so yankwa na 15 boys and girls African air football na Ghana ye hosti okroma no se no edema ekoye papa edema Ghana na eno amanu etumi edi nkroma na semi finals no yetumi akwa kopie mu abibia konkan enso ede ema na so na ekopie mu madam de ede Joyce coach ono so akasa chemu say still am Ghana target no say yebetuma hosti ade na etumi age ede akoye nim.
Now we are still going to focus, maintain our focus and make sure that we don't take things for granted. We don't relax because we know that now we are already in the next stage. But we still want to have all the 3 points. That is the 9 points. So we are still going to focus and make sure that our girls play out their best.
I know you sema no so efrimu edia baba de ne Ghana yakoya nim enti no said the semi-finals near matie no hye so ne fama me say ene semi-final mema na fem no Senegal ebo Uganda Ghana and Tanzania 2 p.m. ene boys no semi-finals Ghana and Tanzania ene bebo woko girls na femua ene Uganda ni Morocco bo Ghana against South Africa South Africa 3:15 ewo girls no so games a etodwa emu yankoya ni ma coach Maxwell Kuredu ko PMO AFC Leopards ekoye adwuma ma mo South Africa anche da mfa waba Ghana ha wo de atodwa say no ko PMO am Black Stars of Ghana World Cup no de I think say do na hu say qualify you yenya butire na yenwie ye but o say Ghana qualities aye wono say Ghana qualify ko World Cup no se a ogidi say yenko kan keke na am de Morocco fo koye no Ghana betima akwa perform part say omo a enti no Ghana fo ina entire team na because the qualities are e be kwa perform akwa World Cup na say man focus e World Cup mpo anya hwe but ogidi say qualities we de e qualifier e be perform e World Cup no say wasan so e de atodwa say na ekopie mo South Africa fo a wo league ni mu a the second tier football no poro e more competitive than Ghana in Premier League no was see players akatu a de ma wo mo no ti yo Ghana ni na akọ horo mo na akọ second division po a sika ewo mu no a chance of Ghana Premier League no na de na man ye de crampo no say Osman ya breaki ye international breaker omo league ni ya mo say Ghana de kwa na ye boy league no because majority of the players in no omo national team collapse to omo jalik ne bo mo kobo omo national team ne ba ti Ghana had the Premier League impo yenya bimpo akobo bi na campus Division 1 for until on ohun say Kofane abo na develop pa even to the extent say almost second tier football no near the first division no no ada more competitive than the Ghana Premier League. Coach Maxwell Konedu what the san same way e dey atudwa feel local stories no yemra na emedi ho nkomo yame admo tena forma anopa ye bedi nkomo Ghana Premier League games eba so no and after Division 1 League games and all other issues are eba so weekend in terms of games are Ghana ye ba bebo no. All right then Friday, but still, FKK, I'm a shot also.
Masuk no do kasa and wadi kan South African League, any Ghana Premier League in Wasem. I think say the ultimate, the elite. Omo PSL no, ye nyina enim yaka. Afibia sika omo nsaka contract omo sign ye na sika free mobile ni nyina yaka Wasem say omo ye league ni ye ntia no de and shada nyawa why confederation ne Champions League ni nyina no ubenya about 3 clubs 2 our Champions League be a weekend be no nyina betimi afrim san say bebe omo nam na etro but omo akwa animu omo akwa to the semis Stellenbosch ono wo Premier League ma no so confederation ono so akwa nanim into 3 clubs Sundowns Orlando Pirates and Stellenbosch so no cry actually no evident at the Mayan say South African League koye and so okay no dia I think say it's okay but say baby or the name no ya you do obeka say nimtiabo say there no ya kosro truly no cry no can say oko South Africa omo games no omo ni ye the Premier League second division or their account. I said, baby, I may have doubting a kakran is a second tier no a breaky because of international break. International break is say about cope. You come for the senior side, because youth tournament in a qua me who say a breaky in your leagues and until major this or come for the national team. But
national team, yeah.
National teams will say, him say premiership for ya na chebo.
Oh, second tier for no crown. You'll be more.
Do I say?
Abraham breaking league no
cover. Me kind of raw sign for. See I check it. Yeah, players no so mo boni enim. The Hugo Bruce from do on boni enim. Say Polokwane foi, Stellenbosch foi, Sundowns ne Pirates for ne dominate.
Okay.
Now ba could be free I think say Lyle from Burnley, Obabeshim, Pau, Percy Tau from El Ali. Omo Esperance the 20 su player ba kono ababa Beshim. Ena FCSB. Club na Romania no almost to play about Kwabeshim. Into the PSL for na achebo. You can go through and check. Especially the be on last game on Kobo and Pune ya. Almost 2-1 no. And Pune can. The PSL for na. Tilana make us say Ebia say Omu break here no mu nyina so break here na say bisa na say international break is it for the youth teams no. Ada say locally said the no ye chan no omu team na say omu teams na omu also so more competition bi aye omu bo yes kusafa no no na break mo ana said the per
his extend argument to the countries our Southern Africa honomono.
Okay, players about league nim. League nim.
Attractive from there.
Of course. Come national teams team sure. Yeah.
No South African national team there na make say nya fact.
Dabi national team no kwa league no our players some born national teams
from my outside.
Nti edu obi akoni chrome to mo ja league ni bo.
Clearly so o kan katua ho asem. And omumpo no musu so market ani nyo. Omo second tier no. Yes, omo say the gap between omo and the PSL no. Esododo. And is a sad year also omo take it no. Omo increase no. And then also confirm say bebre by say yes na supporters no so no. Ebe have a whole lot of issues. So if you read about it na say wo sha that was one channel no omo so person say sad year ani if says indeed nyado metimi match the PSL no nemom na list omusika no omfa kakra ento so ti do person kan nyina ne say omo second tier krampo no timi attract players from outside emo ebe
Ghana yetia Congo ba ko be boy ya friend national team yay yes ya Congo
this all go England championship etimi attract premiership
of course players
enye from elsewhere omo put the omo premiership players na nkasa omo premier league no omo play naka team call relegation player timi ka se menene beko and I say yes okọ championship player ka se menene beko wa bra bi akobenya ebia premiership side bi na say mpo be free outside England akwa akonya bi La Liga team bi akwa akonya bi Bundesliga team bi abo se dey bi ode ne beko why because lucrative incentives bonuses ni sika na o kan dia ko omo any problem enti ye game ni ya na se be bia department bia enyo omo so ni omo de ye kama players no be feel okay e betimi attract sa cameras eni e be ba behwe na ada national so betimi aba bobi ama game na nyina why not the master crowd for me do can no ntimi engine ho achi because fact say South Africa or call no obese die ntino no so kwa wantimi anya adwuma because say they all can the dead ni kama okosani 2-year contract
and let the team say na PSL ni mo ase ho
na yes I'm the second year say no ntina wo kan wasem no wantimi anya
maso kuno be coach big teams o Ghana ha ko say ase ho ko jisika kase wa ase ho
so wantimi anya anu aba be pen baby nti ye ka standard the standard no na ka say also ma yem so standard no hwe a the players no kwa na beka but one hwe a the coaches so beka ho because free across South Africa second year now ntimi nya just some few months 3 months po nya
no asiaba
no sabai si mutually terminate
so ko be come na team no wo players na katu a mo gie pa no chain Ghana Premier League club bi on wo je on division 1 no hey asemo
Peter Motman after all quality ko ye nedwuma nyina oginize wa Africa hade okora Saudi Pro League no so okọ second year okọ ni first year na
yes akin
no qualify
okay
obadwuma ana obi na oje adwuma no honom na was never back
so that is the standard
e coach is so bombon ho
na so be one bombon but I feel there
standard no
the level na ye nyum there coach Ike afane mu says ya du Kofi mu obebeje honom bet me some je honom no the current crop now abano Rubai the wo
the coach is now
the coach Kwesi Appiah no watch with time there
Sudan hona
yes one is on we prove but I share last ball for instance what do baby na feel there Blasters material so on your Blasters mpa okwa national teams kakra but for how long for just 1 year 2 pe na wasanse drop
Dr. Ogum kope bi abontemre
maybe he can one of those candidates some of no so yehwe there nke banka post how to folk no maybe something will come out for him but you would have worried see they can come to Ghana Santa Burkina Faso
na maba
but this time around we be say hwe coaches na ya said that you hu one I for say be Ignatius for instance de me maybe I so ka kun rusuaze and they tell some more can on prepare no ho so feel the why ready that this time round also botum we general the brand
prepare no be kwa kogu no ho ani wase
that is it
ondru ho
yes I agree young coaches
tinye players ne nko ya league no akatua nye players no so anema nye coaches no so ni India no so wo form kakra coaches no am sika no so
players no chin coaches no but Ghana had a coaches what chin play Ghana dey team when your crowd is the coach on the cry month na 5,000 obo
na had the players no mu
players no mu
come her players the day hey NFK ka asma makafa by there okọ division 1 was South Africa
that went me anye
and also o maka tua na mo ball division 1 ho no e competitive than Ghana Premier League obi coach kotoko ne kasa asem we o
nti ono na o kana e share from himself all training saba kwa hwe the whole Premier League any Ghana game now also can home so not taking anything away from me say those days I can say afrane mo kra entu kwan bebre mpo na omo ne others ne de kobo ani omo kire omo so worth
of course
nti coach has coach yankopon fa ne crancy
Jones atuko
so no na koje Champions League mo enyo ne the rest of Africa ne kobo ani that time kwa na mbrofo kra coach teams ni bi elali for mo fa mbrofo ye adwuma but we omo eje no ye Ghanaian but the name say na city dan kan kone nam South Africa okay
wamba so meaning say coaches and so improving
omo nanka
Man City for ya na omo nya hwi a certain Guardiola buy. You have seen how ama league na I bibi
chiro mo so ya dia obo mu nyina.
Nti coaches na mo nya dia no so ka ho bi na league ne perform no. I want pen credit say.
City asem ya na madwe kwesido. Ghana hade ya per club but they are willing there they are going to invest in their clubs or you two glamorous clubs no. How to folk Toby Afede he doesn't shy of investing in his club.
Derby.
Or here play or towards him one. Infrastructure why what is the scorecard to show? 0. Yehushi. Kotoko currently almost about 2 years time. When was the last time I actually Kotoko play Abaka Bosmas one to Bibia Pebian was him one. In the one on clubhouse, they live luxurious lives. Even kutakasa papa. One more coach acquired the same materials and money and everything. So supporters in the stadium mumpa. Open is a it's never a problem. But yes, to want to win the matches. All the baby Pep Guardiola, not catch a City supporters in there. This I want him to so Generado. One bro because a big club or supporters no team or a big. We win the trophy, but he was still calling for them. But any young glamorous clubs, Emma when it's Campo, Kotoko top players about to Ghana had it last season, and they look at what is happening to them. So coaches now, because sometimes we should watch will tone it down. If you feel the need PhD, it's about one can ask them. The kind of bufuaba. You man make play quite mistake for man management. No problem. Akwa. If you so in a honor, Johnson Smith, Uncle Siada, also no. Who answer woman there, your coach, quite fresh. And because of Kujuman say one farm man because of the calf line since he or but judge one of them. This is the mentality of some of the coaches. Oban them will be all how and I feel the coaches I want to
Ibrahim Town.
You see, it's a ruby.
I mean, Otuado, I come Otuado, never coach Black Stars. So, come Otuado.
I ask them the way, and for Prosperato. You know, coach Otuado, you know, one of my difference. No,
yes, okay, MKK.
I this is a signal. Not also forgetting, say, recent time, Sika Kono multimedia ko enimu kakra confederation no I think say need the name so
group stage
yes group stage and now Dream Service so Z2
akwa semi finals
and mo edo ko ayi semi finals media man so ko enimu kakra
group stage no
Evans
adult group stage
yes so and also on ma you remfi there but largely we can say still now you're lucky behind because the way you see here or who said the chance from Asiano a yen coaches yana you ebia ye ba premier na na ebi obitimi kwama no ne has for akokofa wataro ya Vorian bonsem brofi chuba mo abeni na mu e na no media makofa broni bi bai Kimfesa and so takofa tama no go Shanty good
kotoko has
yes
can you see as you has him na abako
se place ni be do sal level sal stage no be premier na yen coaches ya Ignatius mo ani Kasimingo man and say mo so ba ohwan yo mo na yes adwuma nti nimdie no they have it dia nkwa no mo de kiro mo ase ye be do stage na ase ye like no and obviously ye nya investment in enough we say investment ni be shemu ye no na be yi players no yi party media ba asa na ya mememfe nti
all right
sikano be ruwa me be boy empa South Africa say Kenya not too much of a quality no mo possess e ba no talent wise
of course
omu ni bebre sa ba so more pumping the money. And others no nationals no from outside bi so akohihiem and omo eboa omo project here your league no to be call Sundowns ko here omo team no foreigners e wom so omo team ko fa bronyi na ba Brazilians nyina wo omo team no menti so person ko wanim dia sa na say under 15 for na be ball ma ba so both girls any your friends boys ni nyina no I think say omo try omo call mo anima
semi-finals
so
and the man South Africa na be
omo ni Algeria game no me hwe be
guys lady
yes we hwe how you first boy na that team say yes your coach ne kan say host and win ebe so na ebe Chem United you be dance so yes or a good pa and for me senka se be ade ebe to aso a because some maintaining for a while. Who say coaches you appoint some for national teams no. I had not changes in a dozen. At least but could be team continue. So we show some glimpses in it. I think say rather than so HS idea and you be born about so both emema ne mani nyina no mo e perform ya ye betimi abom aba so maso kono do so akam Ghana de bia e possess e talent e was for a quality a tournament amanfo ni e wo yen so but as recent times ne disappointed do and so mra ye ko Qatar no se ne wo quality so
of course ne guys not do na ho no mo
na experience no so ho do na ye tried and tested ne ye nya other faces bi so ababa be shem yet ye kokogu ye ho ani ma ase ne ye bae ne ye kan ye technical bench ne bia this time around ye say ye infuse no kakra ye de shafa mo ababa shem tie bia say ye good to go but ye refi ho say ye qualify
ye qualify
maso krodu kasa na se Ghana ya qualify
ma world cup
ye onya abotre target na say ye pre ye tra ni ya bo ya kosoro mi wa ase no so ye nwie step by step and ye nwie qualification no ye wi ade ni ye hu how ye be prepare ye ho na ye timi akwa ye mundia na nkasa ase na ye hu ebi kra players ya okekan bi krampo no ebi ono there but for now there otuado omo agada omo de ba abeka se consistency kakra ebam no there na che say ye benyo omo nyina timi de omo akonti sometimes situation ni moment bi betimi asesa na ye team no faces na kwa akosesa nti wo de sa target iko to anim na we yes unnecessary pressure na the break team no but them say e gidie no owo e we bia squad ni mu names no individual I would say in team no so enye solid sa
of course
ye ni sa telepathy no ye ni sa cohesion no sei eno nti na me se onya abotre e bia kakra nya some friendlies bi ebo a sa for nations yes friend near Kobo England e pa who's the first near tabo near tabo nya kesifo no Brazil for me can do baby after 206 World Cup near number friend is bear 2 or 3 to so ni nyina na eboa e ma wo national team na eboa yi pa say ye lake saade no e bia obi obeyi na nima ma sa friend ni kase ya Nigeria for de omo de oye dan ya yes on be ba ni wa ba bebo ye ntimi attract sa big nationals ni BMT coach Masokrodu wo gidie nyina wo gidie e wo ye players ni mo but as a team we are not there yet into onya abotre mfa mai
all right ma me ko fa course ai Osman fa course na ye nko ye ni telecel adama telecel cash yes send this car send the keke star 110 hash star 110 hash and I said download the telecel play app no CCA na send this car free on telecel bomadia na send this car ma adofo no na enye kama with your school fees who send this car ko to ade bi send keke kayo send keke kra telecel free na yakoye nim star 110 hash and I download the telecel app no Play Store na sha say what they send this car keke very fast so the frosters need to me so ma how adwin no fraud bia telecel connecting energies me fa call 0244 408 046 0244 408 046 and 0244 408 354 me fa me first caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Rudy.
Me pa chow Richard nie.
Yes, madam.
Yes,
in fact, me pe wa sempo sena wo fi kasa ene sena obi kasa wo dide ho wo ye no. Oh, I really like that. Miss Ruby no me dada wo ya de pa.
Okay. All right.
Asamoah Jan. In fact, last time I cast me sama muko camp na oko advisory prayers no oko ka mo ho no. The way I know more year no, I really like that. My guy no for your friend is saying, yeah, Obekasa any mado, masa. Wa kasa pa ma guy no, ajin papa woni trim na jumuto. Into mo fa na asam no, asam wa mo fa no. O MPP ni ti dia. Tan sam ne di, masa. Then today say before ye ya hota. Adia ye be fa na ye dia ya de man aye ye no. Because of particulars, na omo ye yita and under 17 for no so friend say omo organize friend say tournament mo no omo nya active who get na omo chese omo bobo na adina no omo mfanga bete nko national national team.
All right.
Na Ghana yenya players.
Me that say. Hello, good morning.
It's very
good morning.
What's the name?
Na me adom ho ye pa.
Good. Uncle Ben.
Oh, uncle, it's you.
Yeah. In fact, call a small kernel. Oh, yeah. In fact, sometimes in my program, the way I guys, you want for a John, as soon as Takashika said, in fact, sometimes, you know, the sport to teach almost sometimes it's a when you keep it up.
That's it.
Hey, Maso Crane, not smoking. Oh, you move there. I want much more shy there, a bed, journalism, Mustan, Netaka or Bois, but my shame and that, and I know what
I am who pass more can never one. I'm because
you know, Miss Ruby, Miss, you know, Miss one time vision for you. Ghana, football.
Okay, may I say, second division. Hey, ask them all. Hello, good morning.
Simon,
invite me who you pa.
Kuchu, one now look at the World Cup, you Kajiba. Obey
Minister, no, so or repair. You ever call district by district. I could so until.
Miss Kuchu, them Kakam Canada. Ono no Nigizi. Ena Nyamiso onimile Nimpa one no so bo. He said, "What be na after you betum na ya ake one nessa." So maternity because Okadama na players so even water. One so don't there. Oh, Chedad na fu waiting kana kare ya ko tiyan so yamo yen hwan. Na so won tehwe wo hudama. One so obobo game dama because who da Ghana support na on sport no. On cheda nye fake. Into one so obo jija wo hu. Me da say.
Okay, Miss Medase. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Maso Poman ye.
Ocha Miss Ruby mara. Anpo.
Na me adom ya ho ye o.
Ya ye no ya yango pontinu ko mama me tintin. Onye contact and football asem saying. Eh mokuma asem ra. Asem moje na asemi. Na lo fo nyi ntumo because apobo ni bi. No better so I send coach ma una bibia lawyer. Yes, no, one in NPP NDC. What for to say Janusa was in change of what I'm a president. I'm a boy since when I'm going to do Ghana blast out that bank. You will find them on the 17th was one bad or moment now. We in the Mendes Ghana and Queen. I am Yajima.
Meda say, under 15 for under 15. Boys and girls, African schools, football, no na yebo Ghana hano. I think come good morning. My best African strikers are Debayo, Togo, Baby Jet Ghana, and Abu Treka of Egypt. My name is Moses Arthur from New York City, Akotoche. Happy birthday to my son Albert and Chroma Arthur. God bless him till the end of his life. Amen. Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Ruby.
Ten Hag nie.
Miss Ruby Ten Hag. Miss Ruby na the ministers na ya wonu bibi anza na wabaka.
Yeah, I would say.
Apart from the Yebeji World Cup, I mean, them regions now what the first class plane was about corner. Regions are here now airports and for home and Parika.
I say more. I don't make that around man on my way.
Very interesting. That means to be a comment now, myself, can do or make him. Coming from him.
Yes,
it is very heavy. It is very deep coming from him. Because he has worked on the FA president, and if still our level of football no on to me could do any division 2 another division 1 on par, this would be professional football area no Ghana here. Professional football area no Ghana here. Also, man, them who Victor Vardy, Jamie Vardy, you know, I was very impressed. The guy has done a lot. Obi Porika was the statue man one stadium and he deserves it.
Meda Ten Hag, Jamie Vardy, of course. Anointed Engineering Services Adama. And I call see Mefa, open generator, papa ato. Na wo dia kosifie ni ya light bonani ya. Aboa ye papa. Generator papa de ho na benya bi ato. Ebi a wo dia na nya fall, so person be fix ma wo be repairs ni dem come almost san renti bi nti no mo ya sorry program bi na pese o me renti bi mamo a betima akọ almost san generator installation e bia wa meto no ho no akọfa bia fi ba bia ba they will come and install it for you anointed engineering services and I make come for to me e dia ma wo kai so almost san ma training into pese okona kosua kwan fa so generator ho adwuma so a o metumi enso asaya bo mo about 20 branches across the country. Oh, Cape Coast, I say, one more our town 3 here. One more any the main lorry station na AD and him share. And I said, yes, of course. O call my was sabet me aka now no makwa kudin come anointed engineering services. Men file for I say, hello, good morning.
Fine morning, Miss Rubin.
Honorable Jaru.
Yes, this is my promise today.
Nyamia do me who you honorable.
Yes, that is it. Yeah, can want some because actually a lot of prepare and Yamawa and Assassin. They be able Messi, na Ronaldo, Nankano for the reason. Why do be a boy, Bekum Chase, and a boy, one more Kotokona, one share high boost, watching the one perform. No big the way start was a man. So why does it start was man come out my job to Papa? Because about share that time now what you say, league no ball or bueno, Yamo from a ball. And I miss moving the man, no Kotoka, some of the coaching Wabano. Yes, sir. No. I mean, man. I mean, to me, you need me to my year. She passed me, we have a town from coaches, nothing full. I can't order the money be a order, you know, obey. Eric, me be able to see, oh, the kind of league. Watara, or I order to say, you be able to miss with my name.
Meda say, anointed engineering services for numbers, Abe friend, 0248 455 697 0248 455 697 and I say 0243 480 334 0243 480 334 or from one ebejo so na fe generator hu dwumadi bia no womadi enso to me e dia amount ye mre na so ye de si wa ha ya nyame ya dom a ye besen ato aso ochina Ghana Premier League games day on grounds, of course. Division 1 League Zone 2 Yenyen Zone no All Blacks NFA Rose Park battle no I had the title race between these two I very tight watchna ye wo eye enkomo pa wo sa two teams ne ho de bebra watchna Sharks enso ni UCC youngsters ewia no omo ya awie no so no ehon sem ochna ye de beba. This weekend, Coach Karim Zito first game for Kotoko against Adriana Stars. Ochneba that game no, all the history starts at the bebro. Now Bubaka Watara and Sotine Fia last week on a Karela board draw no. This time round has a folk. Ebe we say at the Amaomo, Ewomra. Weekend games are hold on so Ebaswono. Ebe di hunkomo ye papa. Pentino, Sani and Yamatia in an eba. Ebe din komo and so at media amount. Would you median so media the mesh Ruby Adams, Osman, NFA, FKK, and our Tiamonka would you median so Dorinda, Ebo Modern Ebo de Copiemu live on Facebook. Mama J. Brown Mutia showing the Adamase. Mama here live on Facebook Adamase. Mama so I'm sending your messages. And of course, more you be phone lines so swa. Mama dear I'm a friend. Yadamase pa Yadamase. Some time ago, na me program be. Na me check credit basa. I'll bring it back. Better check credit in the stars. Be every time be no be now their fresh show no so. They be any super first segment no afraid. Second segment no afraid. Ochna Saturday. You be share na free. You be phone lines na 2 months so. I'm on ensem Barcelona Madrid game no ochna. You be the hun komo ye papa and so on the show for you. Cause one more video na hanum say na Friday. Ya kwa na Osman Ademuaba na wodi enano pay. Kama dwuma ne ho ntil dwumadi no. What to me and so Eddie Atwa was some be answer no Edma Konkan. Kai say we can need the hearts any game because of Insu Atreman or my community has after mo the weekend there. Has 3 points no. Edomon send that damn points na game no. Yabo. Yedo we see. Nyame ad much na be sineshia.
omani hu hia na Ghana man oyame na wo yenze se Ghana be ye ogina ame na wo yendo ne da meeting na Kastle FM ze dwumeza wa tunizin mo man ho do rebra ejoda kopin fide biara wa bra wa bono na bien dikapim no numa yimbe oye political show wa hihye zero bobwa mo man Central Region in Ghana wa kodu Kastle FM 90.3 blending tradition with style.